You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Yeah, I'm in go mode. Go. Yeah, I'm in go.
Oh, what's up, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome back.
You got it?
Yeah, you want to take this, Kev? Or?
What's up, everybody?
Take
Welcome
it.
back to the podcast. We got our very own Molly here acting as Devin. His mama called him Dev, so you can call him Dev. All right.
Something like that.
All right.
Something like that. Yeah, close.
And our host, the big head Dominican nigga that we got here, Eddie Horchata, aka Alyssa. All right. Is in the What's up, Ed? All right, we got our one and only sneakerhead in the building, okay? DQ.
Oh.
All right. We got Andrew Durant from a parallel universe here with us this week.
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
D. And last but not least, the boy Johnny 5, aka Coco Reyes. All right, aka Jesus.
Did you introduce
What's up,
yourself?
Johnny?
Yeah. What about yourself, bro?
I'm last, baby.
Go ahead.
You said last but not least, Johnny Cinco.
Oh, so me, K-Jet. Holla at your boy. Thank you for tuning in. There's another great episode for you guys. We're about to go in. I'm going to kick it back to Molly. All right? All right, man.
All right, good.
Episode.
KJ, this is episode 11.
Okay.
say Out of Shape Allstars. Fresh episode every week. Kev just brought us in, but I'm going to take it over from now on. This episode, again, is brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Dines Inc. Like always, man, we wrap it. So, fellas, y'all ready to get into the episode?
Not really.
Yeah, sorry.
Eddie's not.
Yeah, sorry.
All right,
Let's do it, Ed.
I'm in a
with
bad
you.
mood.
I'm
Let's
with you,
kick it
Ed.
off.
Come on.
In case
Shake
you
my hand.
missed it. Now we've been politicking and preaching for Cam to get on the team. We feel like he's one of the best QBs in the NFL. We felt like he was being blackballed, but like always, there's this guy by the name of Coach Belichick who's always got some shit up his sleeve.
Yeah.
And the news just recently dropped that Cam Newton has signed a 1-year deal with the New England Patriots. Fucking God. Like, we done talked about this shit.
Great move.
We've been mentioning it like throughout the episodes.
I'm on record saying that if the New England Patriots sign Cam Newton, I will not watch football. So
You said that.
Yeah,
I did. I am on record saying that, and
I'm
And
you
then-
to it, Ed.
I'm really thinking about it.
And then Cam was
You
saying
really
that
thinking
he
about
can't-
it?
He can't root for Cam.
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
he can't root for Cam on the Pats. Like he loved Cam, but he can't root for him.
Can't.
Ooh, imagine seeing
I
that.
can't do this shit no more,
You're deaf,
man.
imagine
The Jets
seeing
is
that.
killing me.
Bro, I can't root for
Yeah,
Cap
that
right
first
I
I
touchdown.
can't,
can't do this shit no more.
I can't root for Cam right now because he signed. I'm happy for him. That's good. But I just can't root for anything Boston, as you know, where we reside. I just can't do it. Just like I couldn't root for Kyrie, and just like I can't currently root for Kimba, and he's from my home borough. So I mean,
Yeah,
All right,
facts.
so
more power
look
to
now.
y'all.
You
Now
from the
Cam
Bronx,
just
Kev?
signed.
Damn.
Cam just
You
signed
from upstate.
veteran minimum, $1 million.
I got it for pennies, man.
Yeah,
For
1 year
real, for
deal with
real.
the Pats, and then he got 7.5 worth of incentives if it work out for
I
him.
don't want to talk
But
about that.
it's a lot of hurt feelings here because we know Belichick he king, and he just signed Cam Newton, gave the Patriots new life. Johnny, how you feeling about this Cam
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
signing?
It's a great move. Like Cam's, I'm a
course.
big fan. Cam's my guy, but that's just I could be overdoing it, but I think I could guarantee the Patriots win that division
Yeah.
now with the signing. That's how.
So
I
outside of Johnny being a Giants fan, he's also a Tampa Bay
guarantee
Buccaneers fan and a Patriots fan. Is that
Yeah, all that.
is that clear, John?
Nah,
You know what,
Nah,
Is that clear? When the Giants are
Tom
out,
Brady,
like
Bud
how they
Licker
always
sign.
are, it's going to be Tom Brady or Bill Belichick, right?
It's
That's how
not
you
my
feel?
fault.
Tom Brady
I'm
butt
a
licker,
fan
bro.
of the
That's what he
sport.
is.
My team is
Tom
my
Brady
team.
butt licker.
Right.
Why y'all talking about
Butt
Tom
licker.
Brady for? Like we're
John,
talking about Cam
John,
Newton.
Bill
Like,
Belichick
I
butt
told
licker,
you
bro.
that many moons
Yeah.
ago. They're in the
Right.
closet. Brady fans. I didn't say
Right,
nothing.
right.
You
hate it, bro.
Bill Belichick.
Look at him be his fan. All right, let Johnny finish. Let Johnny finish. Let's
Why-
not.
let
Go ahead,
Johnny
We're
John.
talking about Brady. We're
Yeah,
talking about
go
Cam
ahead,
Newton. I
John.
said it's a great move. I said the Patriots are going to win the division with the Cam Newton.
I
Like,
can't.
Yeah. Okay,
to
John.
me, Cam Newton is really one of the best QBs in the league.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
healthy.
You're right, John.
Right,
You're
right.
absolutely
And
right.
I just
You're right.
know, obviously Tom Brady. Now I'm bringing him up. He's 41
Yeah.
years old. he had one of his worst seasons last year, but the Patriots have an offense that's gonna work. And if Cam has, just
they have offensive
line
troubles last year, though.
Yeah, but it's not
they had wide receiver problems, but I mean, so Cam is best fit for that organization right now. They have a good defense and they run the ball a lot. Cam is a dual threat quarterback. Unfortunately, it's a good fit. He's right.
The O-line probably is decent, but Brady just at some point he can't really maneuver out. You know what I'm trying to say? Maneuver out the pocket. At least Cam, a little younger, he could still.
He could do something if the line breaks down.
But he could still dodge a tackle, sidestep, and still move his feet. So it's probably going to be a little bit better with him behind the corner. I'm not saying better than Brady, but probably his offense. It's just going to be a different take on the Patriots offense. They have a QB that could run.
Now Eddie, you being a Jets, you being a Jets fan.
Why is Eddie the only Jets fan?
Because I am. Because I am.
Let me
because I am.
Let me.
Oh, my man, Drew said he's the Jets fan. Oh, put him to the bench.
And Drew's going to the bench?
No.
Yeah!
Oh, come on.
I'm not going to bench. I'm not benching him. I'm just mute him for a second. Let me pose a question, Drew. Eddie, because you are a Jets fan as well.
Right.
The only Jets fan here.
AFC East. It was looking like the division was opening up.
Yeah.
How do you see the division going now? Will Cam and the Patriots really be a threat for the AFC East this upcoming season?
Yeah, 100%. I touched on it a little bit earlier. I mean, again, this always happens, man. Like, you know, like we ding dong, the witch is dead. Brady's gone. We're like, yes, it's over. The era's done. You know, you got Bill Belichick, who definitely is the guru. Senator Palpatine is there. The evil empire is there. We all know that. I mean, we're having our own problems with Jamal Adams, the safety that we can't freaking pay after being on a third year. But they have Devin McCourty and Patrick Chung that have been on like veterans minimums forever. So that defense is still good. Yeah, they had offensive line problems. Yeah, they had wide receiver problems. But I think Cam is well suited for these guys. I mean, you look at like N'Keal Harry, whatever his name is.
N'Keal Harry.
N'Keal Harry. Yeah, that kid was good. Obviously, didn't fit Tom's method of playing. Tom can't throw the ball more than 15 yards anyway. He doesn't throw bombs.
That's not fair.
Cam can.
No,
Cam can.
That's not fair because
he's not talking about Harry. He's talking about Brady. He's saying Brady.
I'm talking about Harry. I'm talking about Brady. I'm saying Cam is a better quarterback to suit Harry. Brady was not.
That's fair.
And then, of course, you have, Julian Edelman over there. And, I mean, the Patriots have been very, very good with their tight ends. They drafted 2 tight ends this year. For a bit there, like, the only team that really scared me was really the Bills. They were a playoff team. I thought maybe, the biggest problem is with Adam Gase. Like, you don't know if we can actually win with him. You got Sam going into his 3rd year. You figure this is the time where he's supposed to blow up. Hopefully no mono, hopefully no injuries. This is his time to take the division. Maybe battle it out with Buffalo, but Miami had a really good draft. Buffalo traded for Stephon Diggs. I'm like, okay, there's still an opportunity if the Patriots are going to start off with Trevor Siemian. But no, I mean, we knew it. It was all there. We were thinking it was going to be either Andy Dalton. When Andy Dalton went to the Cowboys, I kind of was upset because I really wanted him to go to the Patriots because I know he sucks. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I said this weeks ago, if Cam gets signed to the Patriots, I don't know if I can watch football anymore. And I really don't know. Because this kid's going to ball out. He's not a veteran gentleman. He's going to get paid. He's going to get re-signed. And then here we go. Here we go again. Around and around we go as a Jet fan. Just watching everybody beat us up and us suck. So.
Damn. Sorry to be you, Ed. But
it sucks. But
Drew, any thoughts? You too being a Jets fan.
I would just say this once and one time only because I truly hate what I'm about to say. Is Bill Belichick is probably one of the top GMs, if not coaches in the damn league. Like he takes chances like no other. First he hits on and he gets players for underdog. Like if they fuck up, it doesn't mean much. If you thought about Josh Gordon, he was great for them. They fuck up, they didn't lose anything. They could have got rid of him easy. Same thing with Antonio Brown. He fucked up, he does not, they don't lose much. They can, and now he gets Cam Newton, and if Cam Newton's blows up on that team, team is gonna be the best.
Whatever, dude.
It's gonna be the greatest. Oh my fucking god! Like I really hate this.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
this
sucks. It sucks.
This has the potential to be one of the NFL's greatest steals. And
Yeah,
Belichick is
100%.
just a smart ass man.
Right. And you gotta hope that Cam's healthy, right? So like the only positive as a Jet fan is or like any fan of the AFC East. So like, is Cam healthy? You know, the guy has had how many surgeries on his throwing shoulder? 2?
Yeah.
2 surgeries on his throwing shoulder and 1 on his foot.
Yeah, that was last season. Was the one on his foot.
But he's had that shoulder. His throwing shoulder has been repaired twice already. So again, like that's probably.
That's how Bill Belichick was looking like when he probably call Cam. Like, yo, Cam,
Bill right there.
How do you feel about going to the Patriots? That was Bill Belichick's look. The DQ.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. I mean, it was a perfect fit for both of them, right? And again, Bill's got nothing to lose here. And of course, Dev, we didn't bring this up, but they also got caught for cheating, filming again.
Oh yeah,
the Browns and the Bengals game, which
slap on the wrist.
Total insecure. But again, total slap on the wrist. They lose a compensatory third-round pick. But they're gonna get a compensatory third-round pick when Brady succeeds in Tampa. If he does, again, if he has to, I think he has to play like a couple of downs or whatever, and he's in, and they get a compensatory third-round pick, and they get a compensatory third-round pick for the Antonio Brown deal. So you take a third-round pick from them, and they gain 2 third-round picks. I don't understand how they lose.
They never pick is $1 million.
Yeah. Oh, and $1 million. Okay. Yeah, Robert. That's. $1 million is what Robert Kraft donated to the Orchards of Paradise down in Florida a year.
Chump change, bro.
Yeah.
$1 million totals what I give to the homeless in Manhattan for the day when I go downtown. It's only $5.
Like I know, like I'm saying, I know Dallas is America's team, but them Patriots and Bill Belichick, they be running shit, man. So
it's a very well-run organization, and it pains me to say it.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this works out. Evil genius and Belichick. We hope they can have a good season, but
EQ.
I'm not.
Well, I got one quick take on it.
Go ahead.
Cam, if he succeeds this year, I think he will be with the Pats for a long time. Long time. But the only problem for him right now is he does not have as many weapons as we all would like to think, looking outside the box. But I mean, if he figures it out, he'll be all right. And all those shoulder injuries and stuff like that, Belichick's not going to let him do all that high flying, running low on his shoulder like a linebacker stuff. He's just not going to have it. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Really excited to see.
Bill, do you have anything to say? Bill,
you have anything to say before?
Belichick DM Cam like, Cameron, come to the
All right, man. So, we don't NFL gonna be definitely interesting if we have the NFL. We moving on. We're still continuing on the Bubba Wallace situation. As you guys know, the last episode we talked about the racism in NASCAR. Bubba helping to get the Confederate flag banned. The news found in his garage, and now there was an ongoing investigation by the FBI. They ruled it to not be a racist act, that the actual noose was already in the garage for quite some time. How it became visible is still a question.
But it was one of his crew members that found it.
Right.
To
be clear too, Bubba wasn't the one that brought it up.
Right. Bubba
it was someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a whole bunch of conspiracy because Bubba never saw it. One of the members of his crew saw it. Now it's been there allegedly for a while.
Since October.
Why was he able to see it now? And is it because of the heat of everything where he noticed it? It's a lot of conspiracy going on. They trying to say Bubba had something to do with it. It's all trying to play the black card. There's a bunch of crazy shit. And it's bullshit right now. But John, do you see any, because my whole biggest thing about this situation, Bubba didn't see it first off. A crew member did see it, but it became visible. So was it not visible prior and it was in there and then somebody made it their business to make it visible, and therefore the crew member saw it? What?
I was gonna say, it probably. I don't know. I would have to see, like, I don't know if they're gonna release the footage from like October, but I will have to see it. It probably was hanging there. The rope was probably there, but it probably really didn't look like the noose, or maybe a little bit. And maybe now, who knows, somebody made it look more, like more like a noose after everything's going on, because we don't know. But I'm pretty sure if it was there since October, it probably didn't look like a noose. It probably looked like a regular rope.
Just a regular old rope.
Right.
Yeah. Probably, it probably tied up in a knot or whatnot, but it wasn't. It didn't look like it. So somebody looked up and was like, "What the? Hold up." You know.
Right.
His team member was like, "Oh, what the hell? What's this?"
Right.
So I will have to see the footage to make my judgment, because I'm like, there's no way. But
I mean,
from October till now, no one notices it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure someone would have noticed it, but I said it was just a regular rope hanging, and after everything that happened, somebody, not to be like a conspiracy theorist or whatnot, somebody did that shit, and then when it came in, Bubba didn't see it, but somebody in his team saw it, and then they did the proper thing, they reported it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole shit is all conspiracy. Now, again, similar to what you thought, again, they said it's been there since October. I think if it was there, at least if it was in a spot where everyone could see it, it would have came up, somebody would have moved it, and then they would have moved on from it. But now it's coming up after everything that's been going on with the
probably wouldn't be
flag
as
and
big
everything.
as a story.
Right.
If someone would have noticed it then.
Right.
You know, it's just in the climate of everything that's going on now.
But everything that's going on, and then for the Confederate flag to be banned, and then it's now being in a spot where somebody can see it, whether it was there or not, somebody, to me, put it in a spot, moved it from where it was at prior in October, and then put it in a spot where Bubba and or one of his crew members can see it, and that's why the whole shit came up.
It's pretty much like that. It probably happened like that.
I would like to believe that it was coincidental, but
what's the
I
chances
don't know,
of that?
man.
We all,
my biggest thing though with people that are calling him, you know, Jesse Smollett or Bubba Smollett or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, again, like we said, he wasn't the one that saw it. Like we all said that, like, and the haters will say that, oh, well, how else are you going to get into your garage? Like, yes, you've seen many garages with pull ropes on them, with knots on them, where they just dangle or whatever it might be.
Right.
I mean, if you've seen the picture, I mean, look at it. I mean, not every garage looked like that. Do me a favor, go through everybody's garage and see if everybody's garage rope looks exactly like that. So again, we need a little bit more from NASCAR when it comes to that. But the people that say that he's faking this, dude, he already won.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So why would he have to fake this? He got his Confederate flag out. You know, he got the attention that he needed. He got to be the activist that he needed to be. He didn't need the extra step.
Right.
So the people that are sitting here saying that he did this like on purpose, or he did this for attention, or, you know, like this is what's wrong when you give people a platform, you're dead wrong. He already won. You lost. He won. You're mad. Aha. I mean, what are we doing here?
Again, why would he double down when he already whatever he sent out to be done, he brought forward that, you know, the Confederate flag shouldn't be in the sport. That shit was gone. It was done.
Right. Game over.
It was done before that.
Right. So he brought up that, you know, the segregation and the racism that's in NASCAR and shit like that. It became a big platform. All the drivers stood with him. So we got that done. So after all of that, why go to the extra thing? You're like,
exactly.
You know what? I want to, after I've said my piece, now I want to prove it when I've already I've already completed what I set out to do. So it's like, they're going to call everybody conspiracy theorists and all that.
And that's what it is. It's got to be.
Everybody's sensitive. But and shit, I'm pretty sure this is not the last we'll hear about this situation. But
no, it'll be an ongoing story.
Ongoing. Black Lives Matter, like always.
That's right.
So moving on from that, for my baseball fans, we got some baseball back. Woo! Yeah. All the baseball fans. Baseball is coming back. We got a 60-game season.
Yes.
Coming. Eddie,
with playoffs.
40 divisional games and 20 interleague games.
Okay, so when is the season starting, Ed?
July 23rd.
Thank you, John. Spring training starts on Wednesday, though.
Oh, y'all lit.
Opening day is Yankees versus Nationals.
That's going to be the best matchup.
Right.
We'll get into it.
Now
But that's not our first home game. They haven't told us our first home game yet.
No, but no one's gonna go. We
I
can't go.
don't think. I'll say.
We're not allowed.
Now,
Are they gonna play at Yankee Stadium? Or they? How's that?
Suppose as of right now, there's no bubble.
Yeah, there's no bubble.
You can play in New York.
They're playing at the Nationals.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say So as of right now, you can teams will host in their stadiums as of now.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so
all right.
Now with that, we got the 60-game season. So we spoke about this before. You guys were against a short season because you were saying that certain teams start off slow, and certain teams will start off high. Where you have a bum ass team that's overall a bum ass team make it farther than they should during a regular baseball season. So this 60-game season, Kevin, do you agree with it? Is that a good balance between the players and the association? What do you feel about this short 60-game season?
I think a good balance would have been like 80 games or something like that. So I'm not going to commit overly and say that this is a good balance, but to your point that you said, I mean, a lot of teams do start off slow, and then some teams that end shitties, they start off fast. There's no room for that. For right now, I just feel like it's going to be overly competitive. It's going to be overly exciting to watch.
Be on your heels.
Really love the sport. You know what I mean? For those of us us Yankee fans here and the one Mets fan here, we get to see the Yankees and the Mets duel it out a little bit more frequently than we do in the season. That's exciting. Just overall, the 60 games, they just need to jump out, do whatever they need to do. All teams, not just our teams, but for me, overall, it's exciting. Any of the naysayers that think any championship this year is going to come with an asterisk, I don't give a shit. I think that. Ass. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, a chip is a chip. Fuck COVID-19. I'm going to be in Manhattan on a Wednesday for winning parade. I don't got no.
If there is a parade,
they're gonna have a parade. I mean,
I don't know, man. That's why I call it a little asterisk.
Listen,
if there is,
our government, they pick and choose what should confine us to the house with this virus as it is. So New York City's gonna have that parade.
It's not
that gives the MTA a chance to rack up on their money. I don't care what
It
nobody's
depends on what Cuomo says. Cuomo
it really does, though.
Cuomo will go, oh, gabagool, Yankees win the World Series. Hey, we can have a parade. I'm assuming because he's Italian.
All right, so now,
he is Italian.
Now, Ed, with the 60 games season, you said that you put an asterisk next to it. Why did you put an asterisk next to the season?
I mean, I would, man. This took so long to finally get done. We don't know, and again, especially with COVID, look, if a player gets hurt, and we're going to get into this a little bit more, but if a player gets hurt, they get hurt, no big deal, right? It happens in sports all the time. Player gets COVID, that's another problem. They're quarantined for 2 weeks. You mean to tell me I'm going to have to go, the whole season without, Garrett Cole, or at least 2 weeks without Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge? No, I don't want to do that. And again, this is a series of there's a game of streaks.
Quick question.
Go ahead, John.
If you quarantine for 2 weeks, does you still get the okay, or you still got to wait an extra week and a half or 2 weeks to come back?
That's the question. And again, it raises too many eyebrows.
That's a good question. But for pitchers, I mean, it's a big deal, but they're not going to miss as many starts as, say, a regular person in the lineup is.
No, 100%.
They get to still throw at least wherever they are.
But they're still going to pitchers' meetings, and they're still practicing together. And if you mean to tell me an entire pitching rotation goes down, dude, what are we doing here?
Right.
I mean, there are positives. Let me continue with the negatives, actually. I already hear, I know Kev wants to win a World Series. I don't. I say give it to the Mets. Let the Mets win this World Series because there won't be a parade. There won't be and again, I already hear it. But we can't say 28 rings. You know what they'll tell us? They'll be like, "Oh yeah, it took the Yankees only 11 years in a pandemic to finally win a World Series again." I don't want to hear that.
My boy,
I don't want to hear that.
Be like Buffalo.
But you know who will be fully accepted and who will fully embrace winning a COVID 60-game season? The Mets. So let them win it. You know what I mean? So keep it local. I want the Mets to do well. I hope they do well. I hope they win it. I'll change what I say if the Yankees definitely make a push and are running, of course, 100%. And I guess the positive too is, and again, also positive for you, DQ, there is no DH. So the rule changing too with the MLB coming back. There's no DH in the net. I'm sorry. There's automatic DH. I'm sorry. So no more pitchers hitting baseballs, which is disgusting anyway. So because the Mets have like 18
some pitchers
DHs.
can really bat.
Some can, some can't, but again, it's not most of the time. It's a bunt.
It's part. You should be working on your game, like
but most of it is it's a bunt.
You talking about that Japanese kid that plays on what?
Shohei Ohtani? Yeah, but he's an American League team.
No, but he does both. He does
both. He's
the next game he'll play the outfield.
Hey Bruce.
I mean, designated hitting. That shit. A pitcher shouldn't be out there hitting.
They shouldn't, because again, like you risk injury.
QB working on his kicking and shit, like.
Right. So those are the positives. Otherwise, I'm very excited
about baseball on this podcast.
And I just want sports back. That's all.
All right, so we're going to go ahead, DQ, your thoughts.
Pretty much, I say that if the Mets won the World Series during the pandemic, who else a better team wouldn't it be? Because we're usually known for raising up the country during a crisis, pretty much like when 9/11 happened.
Fucking Christ. You didn't win a World Series, though.
It doesn't
you
matter.
lost.
We uplifted the country when that happened.
We made it further than
Were you talking about Piazza's home run? You're talking about Piazza's one home run? We went to the World Series and lost to the Marlins. What are you talking about?
Okay, but we uplifted the rest of that season. The season was
Piazza hit one home run and uplifted it. One!
Everyone was depressed as fuck before that happened. Everyone was happy and shit for a few hours. Like, come on.
All right. Good luck, man. I really hope you guys win it.
There you go.
And get ready for the jokes of winning a World Series during COVID.
Nah, that's gonna be a snippet. This man said the Mets helped the country heal after 9/11.
He said
the
country.
I said uplifted.
Uplifted the country.
The Yankees lost to the Diamondbacks that year.
What'd you say, John?
The Yankees lost to the Diamondbacks that year.
Diamondbacks. Sorry, I thought it was the Marlins.
That was the blood in the sock. Kurt Schilling.
Piazza uplifted the country, the United States of America.
That's right.
By one hit.
But we made the world one hit. We had no credit.
It was iconic, though. I'm not gonna lie. Poor Mets fans, man. You know, you know what? I'm done making fun of the Mets because as a Jet fan, I feel it.
I don't hate the Mets.
Yo, DQ, get your shit off, man. They talked about your team like that.
No, nigga.
Mets aren't trash though. They just don't.
DQ like y'all gonna see this season.
Yeah, exactly. We got Robinson Cano back. We got Cespedes. Maybe he'll play a game. We lost Syndergaard, but whatever. We got Stroman.
I mean,
you guys are gonna be good.
Again, it should make for better pitching.
Mets do got some good pitchers though.
They got pitchers.
They got gas.
Where Thor went? Where did Thor go?
He's Tommy John.
Oh, Tommy John.
I'm done.
So yeah, it should make for better pitching. It should. I mean, with a short season, hopefully everybody start off good, and we have a competitive 60-game season, and then October be whatever the playoffs be fire and shit.
Look, a lot of WAC teams might come out gunning.
And that's why I said.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get to that. Right. little nugget for the preview.
The A's gonna be like 58-2, bro.
So we're gonna see. But sports are slowly coming back, so everybody's excited about that. Moving on. We're talking college sports, college football to be specific. There is a player by the name of Kellen Hill. Plays for Mississippi State. Now we all know Mississippi is one of those places where us colored folks ain't really.
I love when you do that. It's so funny.
Us colored folks ain't love too much unless we can shoot a ball, run real fast, and jump real high. So,
oh man.
So
they just won the right to get rid of the Confederate flags in the city the city flag
and the state flag
and the state flag. State flag.
Now, again, in the South, they love their college sports, but Mississippi State running back Kellen Hill, he is sitting out this season until the Confederate flags around the campus is taken down.
They made a change, though?
What's that, John?
Recently they made the change?
Well,
I know they're talking about it. The governor wants it done, too.
They tried previously, and it got denied. They did a vote recently, and there's another one coming up to vote for the Confederate flag to be removed. This ain't the first time it came up in Mississippi because a lot of colleges have already banned the Confederate flag.
Nah, CBS News.
Ole Miss had an issue with them
Mississippi
singing
to remove
Dixie
state
every
flag.
game.
Right.
Did it officially happen? It's to remove, John, not removed.
Yeah, I don't think it happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet, but they're working on it.
Right. They've been moving to try to do this for quite some time because it's Mississippi. They just a lot of red folks ain't with that shit. Now it's going to come up again, but because of this star player Kellen Hill, it's sitting down because he's saying again, you guys, the people, we the ones that fill in the seats. We the ones that sell the tickets. These black and brown players are the ones that's the driving force behind these sports. We're making y'all millions of dollars, but yet we still have to see the blatant disregard and blatant racism in our face.
Disrespect.
So I'm with it. Like again.
Oh yeah.
Hit their bottom lines. But Drew, what is your feelings about Mississippi State and the player Kellen Hill sitting out? Do you agree with him sitting out?
The vote passed.
So it's coming down?
When?
91 to 23.
When was that?
For yes or no?
Yesterday for no.
Okay.
I mean to change it.
To change it? Well, congratulations, Mississippi. You're finally ahead of the times.
Right.
Good for you.
You said in favor of changing it, right, John?
Yeah. So the governor just has to sign off on it, but they voted to change it.
Well, here we go. That's great to know. Right. Thank you, John, with the semi-breaking news.
Right. John with the breaking news. It's about time. Like shit like this.
Yeah, seriously.
It's the last state to actually have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 100% honest. At first I was like, what the fuck? Like why? Like and again I heard this a couple of weeks ago, even before Kalen Hill. I was like, why the fuck are they changing their state flag? Like they're all fucking boring. I've seen some state flags. The only cool one is California. It's got a bear on it. But then I looked it up and I was like, holy shit, really? Yeah, this day and age, you still have that as your state flag? So it's about time. Yeah, congratulations, Mississippi. You still fuck your cousins, but you finally progressed.
But yeah, as of right now, they don't have they won't have no flag in November. They vote for a new flag, and they can't pick this one. They can't pick this flag to be the flag again. So this flag
now that's
over.
I mean, again, that's dope. Again, we in 2020. We still facing issues from the early 1900s.
Let Eddie give his take on the flag.
I'm done. That's it.
It just doesn't make sense. Like there was the traders and everything. Why would a state represent that?
Losing team.
Did they allow a state to still rep the
the losers, the treasonists, the terrorists, the domestic terrorists?
It's the same reason why Robert E. Lee statues are everywhere in the South. So
heritage.
Take those down.
That's right. That's the whole thing.
No, I understand that point.
Heritage.
But the statues, the statues is different. Like you have to, we know, the flag is the representation of the whole state.
Right.
Like, one statue could just be a representation of a town.
Yeah, but in Germany, John, but in just like humanity's defense, you don't see fucking statues of fucking Hitler in Germany. No, you don't see the Marxist flag in Russia. Well, maybe a little bit because Russia's Russia. But you don't see Mussolini statues all over Italy.
I said I understand that point. I'm just saying.
But again, how are we behind the times?
I'm just saying the flag.
I just don't get it. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world, man.
I'm just saying the flag is
ridiculous.
Much bigger than the statues. You can still tackle the statues, but I'm just saying for a state to have the flag as in its state's flag and its flying as representation. I just feel like statues. You know how many statues there's all over this United States? You probably walk by a statue, you have no idea what that statue is.
Rocky Balboa got one.
You just walk by the statue.
Guy that created the
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the levels of
pretty cool one.
The flag versus the statue.
Right.
You gotta take down statues that represent the bad stuff too, but I don't know all the statues that represent the bad stuff.
But your entire state. Your entire state is
behind that flag.
Right. We're racist, basically. Welcome to Mississippi. We're racist. But good job on getting that shit out of here, man. So Mississippi, finally, making a change. 2020, it ain't too late. All right, moving on.
Just one more thing on Kalen, too. He was a homegrown kid from Mississippi, too. So it means a lot. He went to school there, lived his whole life there, too. So
again,
I get it.
Pretty sure from high school, they've been reporting them making money, and Mississippi, they love their good old boys. But when you start a ruckus, then it's a problem. But it's time for a change, man. We living in new times, 2020. Peace and love, folks. So it should be something like that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We're talking COVID in sports now. We're happy that we're starting to get sports back. NBA with the bubble play, MLB coming back, and NFL seem to be happening as well. But
yeah,
COVID is still doing this thing and fucking niggas up. So
and you get the news. Spencer Dinwiddie and DeAndre Jordan got COVID.
wow.
They announced
here we
DeAndre
go.
Jordan, like,
From KD.
Here we go.
they announced DeAndre Jordan like 15 minutes ago.
You said from KD?
And Spencer Dinwiddie was announced, I think, earlier today.
Yeah, see, that's the, like, again, we wishfully thinking we want our sports back, but COVID is not playing. Like,
right.
And
more
so,
importantly, we want our players to be safe and healthy.
Meanwhile, the NBA is doing more testing. That's why more of these are starting to pop up because the NBA are actually doing testing right now on every player.
What Trump said, stop testing and won't get no.
Yeah, just stop testing, it'll go away.
Fuck what you talking about.
Right. So again, now with all the shit with us wishfully wanting our sports back, but more cases coming up. We got fucking the tennis guy Novak Djokovic,
who was at a rave party.
Yeah, we're at a rave party
and doesn't believe in vaccinations. I mean, this guy's a fucking clown.
Has it, and then Nikola Jokic from Denver.
Right, the Joker.
Where's Nogovic from?
Serbia.
Novak? Serbia, yeah.
They're both from Serbia.
Both from Serbia.
Jabari Parker.
You know, they disco, disco, yeah. That's how they live, bro.
That's how they get down.
They got like doom. They're still playing house music from like early '90s and shit.
What'd you say, DQ?
I said Jabari Parker, like he has COVID, but he's like being investigated for playing tennis outside.
Yeah, he's outside playing tennis with no mask on.
Yeah.
Animals.
It's
Florida. It's literally Florida.
So, like, how do we move on? How do we actually? Because again, first thing first is safety. Like, so first thing first, we need our players. We want our sports back, but ultimately we want people to be safe. We trying to fucking keep the spread down, but it seems to be more and more cases coming up, and now with the NBA doing more testing, and we're getting closer to the bubble. There's more and more,
Florida too.
more, right? And Florida being a hot
a new epicenter.
And so, John, what do we do with sports? Like, we want it, but it's like at what cost? You know what I'm saying?
It's all. I'm not gonna lie. It's all on the players. Like, if they're willing to take that, some players not willing to take that risk and they're choosing to sit out, but. It's not even only NBA players, baseball players, college football players, staff members, everybody's, a lot of people testing positive, Maybe the death rate probably won't be as high as among them. Like, they probably all survive. They'll get the proper treatment, but it's just about how, when they go meet with their families and like their closest people, how they're going to react to it.
Right.
I don't know. It's a very dangerous thing but everybody wants sports. We're going to have sports in months. Everybody just wants them to play, but I feel like it's on the players. The players feel like they're good to go with it, then we should be fine with it. If there's a small hesitation, I understand. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that have to, especially basketball is more physical sport. Like, you're covering the guy. But baseball is a little more spread out. You're not really on top of it.
Baseball is literally 90 feet apart.
Right.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's the safest, but you still, the pitcher licks his hand. Puts his little turn on the ball.
I'm just saying.
Third baseman fields it, throws it to the first baseman, coughs on the runner. I mean,
contact is not as much, but baseball has its own things. Like basketball, you really probably have to like stand in front of or
you sweat on each other,
grab somebody,
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like a whole bunch of other things, but I feel like it's all on the players. It's all on what they want to do.
But ultimately, it's up to the players. But as more and more cases come out, they have no choice but to put those sidelines.
The only thing I can say is, all right, Rudy Gobert was the first one to test positive, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
He test positive.
Shut the whole league down.
And after that happened, they shut
He shut down sports.
He shut down sports, period, yeah.
Because the NBA was the first to shut down and everything else started shutting down. Now all these other people is testing positive.
Right.
I'm just curious, why is the NBA taking a different approach? Because when Rudy Gobert did that, it was quick. Oh, we gotta shut things down. And it was Rudy Gobert and like 3 other players at the time tested positive. Then within like a month, we found out other players had it. Or you know, it was 3 Laker players. I think it was 3 net players.
John, are you asking like what's the difference today than it was then?
Yeah, like
money.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, money.
That's what I was alluding to. I feel like the NBA is showing that they have NBA is really the best when it comes to out of all the sports.
When it comes to social part.
I'm just saying.
but
now I feel like all right, they're going into a bubble, but a whole bunch of people going to be coming into that bubble testing positive.
Right.
How are they going to stop the spread from somebody else? You know.
Right.
And especially the whole you don't show symptoms. So all right, you quarantine. How do we know it left your system, and how you're not gonna pass it on to the next player when the games are played, you know?
And then again, on top of that, okay, they doing these tests and they trying to like get ahead of it so they get the players prior to going into the bubble. Now, you find out who has it. What's next? Because you got to technically quarantine for 2 weeks or whatever, but you quarantine and that be a whole fucking playoff team, and then it's like, how many reserves can you bring in? How many free agents can you bring in?
I think they extended the roster to 17 to 18 players. I think for basketball. I think I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
right. So okay. So again, you bring in these players. They was sitting at home for a reason. Now you got these star players. Hopefully, the top players don't catch it. I'm not saying that we want anybody to catch it, but again, if you got like the fucking Giannis's and the LeBrons getting it, then that fucking kills the entire league.
Right.
Like,
that's what we mean when we talk about asterisks.
The thing is, how do you protect them from it if somebody in the coaching staff gets it or something?
Right.
And they still got to, like, what's the time span when you allow them to interact if they test positive?
Even like some of like the old coaches are like, they even want them to not even come because like
they want D'Antoni to coach from the booth.
Greg Popovich, D'Antoni, Rick Carlisle, who's all like up in age.
Sidelines. They want them being like a booth and coach
because they're considered high risk.
High risk.
That's the thing. All right, so I know we all want basketball to come back, but it's been
at what expense?
Again,
or sports in general,
more and difficult with the more positive tests. It's like, all right. When you bring all those people into the bubble, I'm pretty sure they can do all these tests. Somebody's going to still be in that bubble, and it's going to be positive for the COVID, and that shit might spread like wildfire. You might get 1 or 2 games in, and it's like, oh shit, we got to cancel.
Like as much as it does ruin like the season, like I feel like they can literally wait and to start the season over. Like if it's going October, it'll be fine. You don't have to.
Yeah,
don't have to play right now.
There's nothing wrong with scratching the season. I feel like this one with all the players testing positive and staff members that's testing positive. I feel like the number is much higher than it was when COVID first hit America. It wasn't that high with NBA players. Now it's at a higher number. Like every other day you hear, oh, this person tests positive, that person tests positive. And
they can't keep pausing the shit.
Rudy Gobert, he doesn't have 100% of his smelling or something like that. Like he still feels lingering effects.
Yeah, it's a big symptom
of the COVID. Like he still has lingering effects, and he tested positive back in March.
Yeah,
So
I even hear something because I was even listening to ESPN earlier, like on First Take. It was an interview with Tobias Harris was on the show, right? They even talked about how is the NBA because is coming back. It has something to do with like the CBA is what, like if they don't do no games, like if this whole season is like literally canceled, it messes up the CBA. Like the CBA is like null and void. Like that's I heard that shit.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert he's not fully healed from it. His taste has came back, but he can't 100% smell.
Now with him saying that, how do you actually start a season with having him out there? He said he hasn't fully healed. He still have these ongoing symptoms and shit. It's just like a dangerous spot we in with sports and like COVID. Sports is not an essential job.
Essential business. Yeah, period.
Yeah, it's not essential.
There's a way around. They could literally have these guys play 2K from the comfort of their own homes
They tried that. It didn't work.
They did that
didn't
already.
work.
Yeah. They
tried doing horse. That didn't work.
Yeah. Right,
I mean,
to do the horse.
like, so we alluded to this a little bit last week too, though, man. I mean, you already have a lot of players that have been opting out, just in baseball, just in general, just because I just saw this come out. But Ryan Zimmerman, defending champs of the Washington Nationals, and what is his name? Ryan Zimmerman and Joe Ross, a pitcher from them. They're not going. They said they will not play. They're opting out. Who's the guy from the Lakers that's opting out, John?
Avery Bradley.
Avery Bradley's out, so they replaced him with J.R. Smith. So good luck with that. But yeah, there's a lot of guys that
I think Dwight's still on the fence. He said he didn't feel like playing, but he didn't really say he's not playing.
Right.
As of right now,
Carlos
Dwight's
Bertans. I think Bertans is the last name from the Washington Wizards.
LeBron told Dwight he's playing, bro, so he's playing.
We already got players opting out. So that's one step into it.
Exactly.
We're assuming that just to answer some of your questions, Johns, we're assuming that most of these guys that are the upper echelon guys, your LeBrons, your Currys, your Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, your big NBA guys. If we're just gonna say if we're gonna stay on the NBA side, we're gonna automatically go ahead and assume that these guys have been doing the right things. They've been quarantining. They've been, practicing social distancing, wearing masks when they go to gyms, doing their one-on-ones. But with everyone that's okay.
Nobody, they're not gonna play mask on.
But I'm saying these guys that are there that have been contracting the virus, like we just said, that Novak Djokovic was out with a shirt off in Serbia at a disco, right? That's not social distancing. Of course, you're gonna get corona. So we're assuming that hopefully. These guys that are serious and they're going to be going, I'm assuming they're going to get tested before the season starts, before they get the bubble. So the idea is to not have COVID within the bubble, so it's clear of COVID before the season even starts, before the bubble even starts.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone in that facility, media, coaches, trainers, upper office people, whoever it might be, anybody associated with sports in the bubble are clear and free.
But
that's why they got that snitch hotline, because if you leave the bubble, that's the only way you're going to really spread it.
The only way. But again, you can't leave the bubble.
Once you go in, you can't leave till.
But the only way
you're not supposed to leave the bubble.
Completely sure is testing people upon interest, because they testing people now, you clear.
Yeah.
Between now and until you open,
I'm getting tested every 2 weeks.
Right.
So again, essential worker, if you want to call, I'm getting tested every 2 weeks.
Right.
Luckily, nothing, everything, no antibodies, no nothing. I'm good. I kind of wanted the antibodies, but again, if a small company in New York can do that, I'm assuming the multi-billion-dollar company in the NBA can keep it pretty close eye on.
Every 2 weeks.
Small company.
It's small. We're small. We only got 8 stores. I won't plug us because they don't pay us. They pay me, not you guys.
And then again, just continuing the COVID. We know the Hall of Fame game of the NFL has been canceled due to COVID. It was supposed to be Cowboys versus Steelers. But again, because everything is up in the air, when NFL actually going to start, all these fucking southern states keep getting hit. Texas, Florida. All these
lot of red states.
Right, a lot of red states are getting fucked up right now. So it's we want everybody to be safe. Is sports that important? Is it that
us?
important?
But no, not really.
Yes and no, but and the Hall of Fame ceremony has been moved to 2021 because of COVID. All these old motherfuckers, you bringing them together. That's a hotbed for COVID. So it's that's a straight hotbed for COVID.
That's a really good point. I didn't think about that.
That's fucking crazy.
It's funny.
So let's see what happens. So if everything works out, we get into the NBA. We got an NBA schedule, has been released, 8 regular season games. Then the playoffs. If you make it.
If you're 4.5 games, within the 8 spot, then there's a playoff tournament.
Right. The play-in, it's the play-in tournament. We will more likely see that in the West. East ain't really on shit. But Johnny, with the new schedule being out, who do you think stand to gain from this short schedule? These 8 games. Pelicans got a real easy
I
regular
think the
season.
Pelicans have the most of the game. I feel like the NBA, they really
They
want.
did that, yeah.
They want
little cold envelope situation.
Yeah, they want that
right?
Zion.
You know.
I'm not going to say it's rigged or anything, but
You can say it's rigged. It's
they
rigged.
want Zion in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They want Zion.
It's rigged.
AFC, they want Zion versus Braun. That's what
Right.
they want.
They gotta get between Portland though. Portland gonna have something to say about that.
It's the passing of the torch.
Portland, but no offense to Portland, Melo's on the fence about playing. Trevor Reese says he's not playing.
Right.
Yeah, I know Trevor Ariza though, but
Melo
too. Melo gonna play.
Melo said he's sure about playing.
Got no money.
They getting Nurkic and Jake and what's their forward's name? Colin? No, I forget. Damn, I forgot his name. It's Nurkic and the forward. The forward that was it. Shoot, forget it.
Anyway, go ahead, John.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
No, but you know, so I feel like it's really suited for the Pelicans to try to run off with some success, at least get into a point where they could do the playing tournament and win the playing tournament. I feel like
the
they're in the best position to
all over again when they wanted Kobe to play LeBron in the finals. They ended up losing to the Magic.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
it's gonna be a much easier path for the Pelicans to get to the AFC than the finals matchup. But we shall see. I think they're banking on Zion and everybody doing their thing and getting that. And
they got the number one easiest schedule out there in the West.
Yeah.
That's what they have.
I think they actually have the easiest schedule of all teams that's left. They have the easiest schedule out of anybody. So I don't think it happened by accident.
It happened by accident.
But DQ, with these 8 games, do you think like star players like LeBron and them should actually be playing and take that risk? I know they want to get their legs fresh, but should they take that risk of injury these 8 games and then we're going right into the playoffs?
Hell no.
Should players like Kawhi and LeBron and them be playing these games?
They should put it all in the role players' hands and see what happens.
I mean, because
yeah.
I crazy. I kind of agree with that. But
I do too. So does this qualify for seeding as well? Like these last 8 games?
Yes. Yeah. You could go from 1 to. If it's
you wouldn't want to.
You could go from 1 to 3 and 3 to 1. Like
right.
It's seeding. Yeah.
So, yeah. Why wouldn't you start your starters?
The players, the star players not going to sit out because then they're going to be resting when the playoffs start.
Right.
The team that's actually hot and
they go into the playoffs ready
with the momentum is going to beat a team that they probably shouldn't beat because they have the momentum going to. The star players is going to play, but it wouldn't be bad to just let all the role players play. But that's not what they want. They want they want the Zions, they want the Giannis's, they want Bronx, they want them all playing. They want them all. So
I mean, with the short season, 8 games, they want to see the stars. We got to have the stars playing. But at the same token, if it was a regular season, by now players would be sitting. They'll be on rest. They'll be
low management,
limited low management and shit. So due to COVID, do they low manage at this time, or do we
They can't.
It'll probably be like the last 3 games. It'll probably be like the last 3 games.
They might. The top of the top might low manage the last 2 or 3 games, but since they had so much of a layoff, I don't see them low managing. They might play just limited minutes.
Right.
I see that too. I don't know why that never happens. Just play them less minutes. Like
they've been off basketball for 3 months. Like they haven't played anything for 3.
The best way to get into shape is playing actual games, man.
Some people working out, in shape, but they're not in game shape. They're not in game shape. They're in shape, but not game shape.
Only way to get a game shape is actually
play the game.
Kev, you've been quiet. Any thoughts on the new NBA season, NBA schedule being released?
I mean, overall, as far as the NBA schedule is going to be released, there's some manipulation there, obviously, just to try and get my boy Zion in there, which I hope he does get in there. But at the end of the day, everybody that's in that bubble, huh?
21. Yeah, Zion.
21.
Yeah, for real. Every player that's in that bubble, unfortunately, is at risk regardless. Even if they have the bubble as restricted and as they think, there's still going to be some people, whether it's players or execs, that think, I can run outside the bubble real quick and run back, whether they're going to the gas station for a bag of chips or to sneak and see one of their side girlfriends. It doesn't matter. They could come back in the bubble, and then again, that thing could spread like wildfire. So
bring them all there.
We'll see.
You know what? I mean, white privilege is real. You can't really tell to me pretty white
Fact.
folks what they can
You
and can't
can't-
do. So
You can't
I'm
tell a
Karen.
billionaire owner
I'm-
to do something.
Try to tell
and-
Karen that shit.
Where you got all these white owners, you trying to tell them, look, I can't come in. I can't leave. Oh, you fucking.
Mark Cuban ain't having
Nope.
none of that shit.
Mark Cuban gonna be straight. I ain't worried about Mark
Right.
Cuban. It's the
Yeah.
other ones. It's the other ones I'm worried about.
Mark's the
But,
guy.
Yeah, Mark is down. So all right, that's NBA. Before we move on from, in case you missed it, we got to shout out the homie Kaepernick.
Oh, right. I forgot what we were doing.
Doing-
Yep.
Doing this thing. It just I don't know much about it because it just happened. John, what happened? He got a miniseries.
He's gonna get a
Netflix
Netflix
show?
mini doc series. It's a documentary about his childhood, his coming.
Yeah,
Right, it's like
they
6
highlighting
episodes,
his high
right?
school-
Yeah, 6 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, they highlighting his high school career and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, him being raised. Remember, he was
Oh, it's like a Last Dance type of doc.
Well, it's supposed to be some type
Oh,
of
really?
like
Last Dance.
it's supposed to
Last
be
Dance
like a
been on Netflix.
dramatization. It's supposed to be like a dramatization of his childhood type shit. Like, so you might have like an actor playing his child.
Who would
his childhood.
I
And
don't
shit
know.
like
you
that.
know, it'd be a fun game. Who should play Colin Kaepernick?
The dude from Holes, the nigga from Holes.
Zero.
Oh, with the afro? Zero? That's good.
Shia
Thomas.
Kev, what do you got?
Nah, I could co-sign Zero, I guess.
I like that. That's actually the best one. Drew?
Shit, I don't know.
All right, John?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Or you could get Riley Curry to play him too. Like play.
Oh, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna say, damn, y'all really just getting on his afro. I was gonna say Michael B. Jordan just because, like, and maybe put a fro on him, but
You know what? They will
I never mind.
in Hollywood. They do that. You
Hell
they
no.
had,
yeah.
Or Chadwick Boseman.
Be like, or Chadwick be good.
he plays
Chadwick.
everybody.
Yeah,
He played third good Wall. She's
Exactly.
light darker than him.
yeah.
Right. He played Chadwick Boseman played Frederick Douglass one time. No, not Frederick Douglas. He played somebody else.
Douglas.
No,
Did
he
he play
played
Jackie
somebody else.
Robinson? He played Jackie
He
Robinson.
played Jackie Robinson, and he played
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
else. Thurgood Marshall, who's
Yeah.
light-skinned, who's a
man.
light-skinned brother.
No,
He got
no,
Chadwick
yeah.
Boseman.
That was his brother, his nephew wanted him to play just because he did it in 42. But besides that, he didn't want to do it, but he told I need you to do this movie because you did such a great job. And those other two docs, he wanted to do it for him. He said, I'm dark skinned, right? He's
Right.
Yeah.
light skin. So yes, I know that, but I want you to do this because I know you're gonna do a great job.
Right.
Let's see if I can have Johnny and Kev lose respect for Chadwick. Hey guys, you know where he's from?
Boston.
South Carolina.
Mm-mm.
Where you from?
Nah,
Philly.
Oh, really? I didn't
I
know
feel
that.
Yeah,
like
he's
I
from
knew
Philly.
that, yeah.
How's
Yeah.
South Carolina?
He's from Philly. I mean, fact check me, but I'm pretty sure he's from Philly.
What's wrong
Why
with
would I
South
lose
Carolina.
respect for that man?
I don't know. You guys don't like the Eagles?
I thought he was
Whatever.
from Wakanda.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
All right. That's in case you missed it. We're moving on. Bag of the trash. Let's get into it. Bag it or trash.
He's
What are you
from
doing?
South Carolina. And it's in South
All right, whatever. I was wrong.
All right.
I'm mad enough to admit that.
42. James
too.
Brown and Get
Okay.
on
All right, enough with the. Come
You
on,
got it,
Yo,
dude.
stop
You got it,
plugging
Q.
Google.
Siri. Yeah, whatever.
That ain't Siri. That's a droid.
Mm.
So we're moving on. In case you missed it, we're going to bag of the trash it. Let's get right into it, Eddie. Throwing it right to you.
Eddie, you can play Kaepernick.
I could. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'm light
right?
skinned enough.
Yeah.
I just gotta hit the gym a little bit.
Get you the
You
fro.
gotta get the
You-
muscle,
you
you
got
gotta
the
get the
fro
tats.
I gotta get the tats.
All right, so we was
Hey.
talking to the new short term, the short MLB season, 60-game season. So
Mhm.
bag of the trash it, a bum and or sleeper team making it far in this new season. Bag of the trash it.
Bag. Yeah. Again, it's a shortened season. I think in all sports we'll see like some certain teams sneak in and be sleepers. I prepared a little bit things. DQ's gonna love this, and then Kev might hate it, and John might too. But my two sleepers will be the New York Mets. Again, with the no DH, they have 1,000 DHs on that team. They can actually finally get their good players to play the positions that their shitty players that can probably only hit Robinson Cano and not play second base anymore. You're welcome for our sloppy seconds, by the way, DQ. So yeah, I think the Mets have a really, really good opportunity with the pitching, with the bats that they have. Again, with their young talent, I love Pete Alonso. I think the guy's really, really good. I'm really pissed that he broke Aaron Judge's record, but I wouldn't want anybody else from another team to do it. And then the other team, again, this might piss Jonny and Kevin off, but I'd say the San Diego Padres. I think they have really, really good bats in Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, and Eric Hosman. Well, because we were supposed to get Manny. There was like a minute where we thought we wanted him.
Yeah, but
I don't blame Manny after that. But
in my opinion, it would have been cool to get him. But
we didn't need him. We had Gio. We got Andujar.
All right.
We got Glaber. We good. Yeah, we got Glaber. We good.
Drew,
we're
bag
good,
of the trash it. MLB season. Any sleepers? Bag of the trash it.
I'll say baggy. Being that it's only 60 games, other than the regular, is it like 100 and I forgot what's the regular season?
65 or 2.
162.
162 shortened down to 60 games. Of course, like is the greater odds are like more teams will sneak in. So that's is it.
John, bag of the trash it.
I am gonna bag it. I feel like can't predict the team that I have set as a sleeper, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a team that wasn't destined to make a playoff run, that was going to have like a decent start, win a good amount of games early, and they're going to make the playoffs.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not sure how I put this. If the contending teams, I don't know if they're going to make it. I have to see like the first week,
Yeah, we would hope that the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Nationals, the Astros,
will come out play how they play.
Right.
They might because it's shortened, but I don't know. Like it's just how they play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's gonna be 1 or 2 teams that wasn't supposed to be there that's gonna be in the playoffs.
I agree.
It's all said and done, so that's why I'm bagging it.
All right, DQ, bag of the trash it. MLB sleepers.
I'm bagging it.
Do you have anyone in particular? Any team in particular?
Well, besides the Mets, I would say my sleeper team would definitely probably the Astros, because of the controversy. That'll probably piss so many people off. In the shorter season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably.
I mean, Astros still a good team, so in the shorter season,
Astros still good.
It might work out for them, but bag of the trash at MLB sleepers.
I'm bagging it. Unfortunately, I hate to have to agree with DQ, but the Astros are a team that nobody wants to make it. I personally don't, obviously, and
they're getting lucky. They're getting only 6 games of.
Don't worry. They're gonna get taken care of, John.
I can't deny how much talent they actually have. I mean, what the league and the individual teams can manage to do to try and we know what we could do in baseball to try and get under some team's skin and get ahead on them, whether it's pitching at their heads or, just fucking with them in general, right? But then my second team is definitely the Mets, because I think that's a sleeper. They're always a sleeper. I mean, they made a good run a few years ago, and I just want to see New York win it all, but hopefully my Yankees do. But if they don't and it's the Mets, I'm not one of those Yankee fans that will be against that. So
right.
And quick thing before we switch, it just popped in my sleeper team is probably going to be the Marlins to make a.
Okay.
I was going to say the Marlins.
That's a deep sleeper, John.
They suck, but I'm pretty sure they're going to win some games. The people they have short span. That's my.
You got to give it to John. John is super loyal to anybody who was ever associated or semi-associated with somebody that he cared about. John, is the only reason why you're picking the Marlins because of Jeter?
Yep.
Okay, moving on.
No, but I was gonna tell you next.
It's true, John. It's true. John, you're the most loyal friend in the group. We all come to you for advice. We all come to you when we need something. So
John love Ken Griffey. So
that's my guy.
It's a good trait, John.
Ken Griffey. So he secretly root for his teams or players from teams. John
obviously
John just a loyal guy.
For certain sports, I don't take it. Baseball is fuck all the Red Sox players. Right. I know they're good, but with other sports, I don't take it as much.
That's hard for me though, because like a lot of them were Dominican.
I'm a Lakers fan, but I don't say like fuck the Celtics, even though that's like the rival. I don't say fuck the Celtics and everything. But it's like with baseball, I take it more like, oh no, fuck the whole Red Sox. Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz is a great player. I rock with Manny, but it was like
Fuck the whole Red Sox.
You know? Yeah. It's just fuck the Red Sox. But
fuck
all right, so all right, moving on. So we going to the NBA now. New York Knicks is a dumpster fire of an organization,
to say the least.
James Dolan is a dick and needs to like sell a team and get out of there. But there has been talks of Jay Kidd coming on as the coach, future coach of the New York Knicks. I'm gonna pass it to DQ first. Bag of the trash. Jay Kidd being a good fit or a good coach for the New York Knicks.
Kidd is definitely a good fit because
bag of the trash.
The Knicks. I'll say Baggett. He's a great fit because even when he retired from the Knicks, he was in line to be the coach, but then the other team gave him a better offer. But technically, him being the coach of the Knicks brings a lot of potential to other players coming. Like Giannis was a big like he wanted him to stay in Milwaukee so bad. He did not get fired. He loved Jason Kidd. He's a free agent soon, so his relationship with Jason Kidd can probably sway him to come to New York, even though Knicks fans always get the hopes up, and that should happen. It never does.
DQ, real quick, I'm gonna let you finish, but if Giannis comes to the Knicks, will you change your opinion on him, or
no? He's still overrated.
Okay.
But
he low-key won Giannis in New York, though.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't matter to me, but it's to me the best coaches who will fit in New York will either be Jason Kidd, Mike Woodson, or Mark Jackson, pretty much. Yeah. Those three only. I mean, those three.
Yeah. All right, John, bag of the trash. J. Kidd with the Knicks.
I'm only bagging it because the Giannis connection, but the Knicks need Jesus.
They need more than Jesus.
They need Jesus to coach.
They need Jesus.
They need a whole. It's sad. Like for them to be a New York team to be so bad, and it's just comical, like it's just bad. And I feel like they just have the one owner that doesn't really care about. He makes his money off the sport and everything. He just doesn't care about.
He make too much money.
Team,
Yeah, the biggest problem with Jim Dolan is like he owns the two teams in Madison Square Garden, the Rangers and the Knicks. And the Jets have this problem too. A lot of bad organizations have this problem. Dallas Cowboys. But here's the thing. Jim Dolan leaves the Rangers general manager, VP of operations, all those guys. He leaves those guys alone, and the Rangers are semi-successful. They went to 3 playoff runs in a row a couple of years back, and again they seem to have their shit together. They know what they're doing.
They went to the World Cup a couple of years ago.
Yeah, the Stanley Cup, and they lost. But and then they went to 2 Eastern. Yeah, they went to 2 Eastern Conference, and then they went to Stanley Cup and lost. Ultimately lost.
Right?
Yes, but again, that team does well. The problem with Dolan and the Knicks is that when the Knicks never win, or when the Knicks, if they ever win, when they win, Dolan wants full credit. That's the problem. So he sticks his little greasy little fingers in there.
He's probably more of a fan of basketball and doesn't really know much about hockey. So
but he doesn't know much about basketball. So why the fuck are you involving yourself?
If he was to put at least 10% effort out of his whole shit into the New York Knicks, the Knicks will be, I want to say, much better, but be better off.
Bro, the bottom line is his max effort should be putting pen to paper on the checks, bro. Because otherwise, that's it. That's how I feel. I've always felt that way, and I'm not a huge basketball fan, but engulfing myself in sports in New York, I'm a Knicks fan by default, and I know more than enough about Nolan that I want to fucking know, because I know I shouldn't know shit about him.
Dolan.
He should be like.
You said Nolan?
Yeah.
Chris Nolan?
Dolan.
Yeah, he made good movies.
Listen, all I know is he should have a backseat to everything that's going on. Just sign the checks, do what he's got to do.
The Knicks was a good team before he became majority owner. The Knicks was a good team. He was affiliated with the company that owned the Knicks.
But all I know is
he
that
just
Jason
rose
Kidd
up
coming in
the company and became the owner of the team.
To DQ's point, Jason Kidd coming in is definitely gonna help more.
So you're bagging it.
So you bagging it. You bagging it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Eddie, you bagging it or you trashing it?
I'm going to bag it, yeah. I mean, I think, guys, John, I think you could probably help me with the name of the organization, the big group. with the Knicks signing Scott Perry. What's that big like NBA group?
Talking about like
Their
the
name?
agency?
Yeah. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's a really, really big, influential like NBA like agency or whatever. That Scott Perry's a big.
They just got their president. The Knicks are signing their president.
Yeah, so we signed Scott Perry for a 1-year deal. Hopefully, he turns his ship around. Yeah, I think Jason Kidd, and to DQ's point, one of my favorite coaches for the Knicks when I actually really cared about basketball was when Mike Woodson was the coach, and Jason Kidd was a really good piece of the team. It was the old head team. We had Rasheed Wallace on there too. Kmart was on there for a little bit too. That was fun.
The most games we had.
It was the most games we won in a really, really long time.
Fired Mike Woodson to get Philly for no reason.
Leon Rose.
Yes.
Leon Rose.
Leon Rose is the new president of the Knicks.
So with all that being said, I think Jason Kidd would be a good fit because of the Giannis Antetokounmpo rumors and Karl Anthony Towns rumors too. If you can go ahead and maybe you draft LaMelo Ball, so now you got a pretty good starting four with Giannis, Ball. What's the kid that we drafted? Barrett.
Yeah, RJ my guy.
So it'd be again can we turn it around? Yeah. But
I'll even take Shump back,
bro. At the end of the day, I would think it's safe to say that we've all worked for a boss that micromanages to the point where all they're doing is hurting the team and the organization, bro.
Right. All right. So Drew, you bagging or trashing it?
I mean, I'll bag it. You can't go. As I say, you can't go. You can't go nowhere but up because they've been sticking so far.
You can go lower. Jet fan, we can go lower. We've been lower.
Deep into the hole.
All right, so we bagging J Kidd, but we trashing James Dolan.
Jim Dolan.
So,
basically.
Moving on. since we talking NBA, I'm only we gonna bag the trash. I'm not asking all you fuckers this time. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, it's going pretty long.
Yeah, right. Jonny and DQ. Playoffs coming up. You got the NBA working in the favor of the Pelicans. Zion's is the next star up. So with the 8-game season, the easiest easiest season, easiest games is the Pelicans. Do y'all see the Pelicans making the playoffs, bagging or trash, and going to DQ first?
Trash it because the Pelicans will lost even during the entire season without Zion, and with them Zion, they were not winning that many games. So he's not and he's not 100% healthy still. His knee is still not 100% healed. So them leaning on him for those the entire time ain't gonna work.
Yeah, I mean they were playing good before the COVID happened, but John, bagging the trash.
I don't know what DQ talking about. I'm bagging it, and Pelicans have a lot of young talent, so they don't have to rely on Zion.
Right.
It's all
they
hype.
have a lot of young talent. They'll be all right.
B.I. and Melo, they were all showing their ass before COVID happened. So
now the Pelicans got a nice core of young talent. Yeah. I'm bagging it. I could be wrong, but I'm bagging it. Pelicans.
All right, now we're gonna move on. We're going to since we talking about basketball, we got Giannis and the Bucks. Now they were.
Everybody does a quick take. Bagging the trash.
So
no
bagging
stories.
trash.
Yeah, no stories.
Bagging the trash. Shit. Bucks winning the East. 1, 2, 3.
Trash it.
Trash it.
Bag it.
I'm a bag it.
Okay, we got two bags, 3 trash. For whatever reason, the rest of them they think Giannis is the hype and he overrated. Jonny think Giannis is good.
Overrated.
Kev, I don't know what.
I'm not gonna clap to that. He's gonna be a Knick.
Celtics or Miami Heat. That's for me.
So, all right.
Celtics is very thing, but I just feel like the way the format is, Bucks have the best opportunity to kill. Because remember, Giannis got hurt before everything started. Giannis got hurt.
Now he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in his bag.
He's gonna just keep doing what he was doing, just run to the basket and dunk on everybody.
Running through people and shit. Big ass just
and just dunking on everybody.
The new ball.
I can't sleep on Toronto, so they don't have Kawhi. They're still playing extremely well.
DQ, you're gonna be eating these words when he's not a Knick.
What?
Giannis.
I don't care about him.
He come to the Knicks.
I don't want to hear you.
He's not coming to the Knicks, bro.
If he comes to the Knicks, I'll buy any Giannis jersey.
I need one.
Yeah, about
Oh, that's on record, John.
I heard that hot shit.
Because
Again, if he comes to the Knicks,
jersey.
if he comes to the Knicks, DQ is buying him a Giannis jersey himself. So let's stress that. All right, that's back in the trash.
He can come to the team, but it's not change the fact that he's over and has great marketing. It's not changing any of that.
You gonna buy that jersey, right?
Hell no.
I thought he was gonna say hell yeah.
Even though this is the best jersey box that has mad letters in his name, you can it's bang for your buck, but no.
We're talking about. We're gonna be doing. We have to start doing bets on this podcast. But
any players on the New York Knicks, if and when they win a chip in my lifetime, I'm buying their jerseys, bro.
All right, so start bench cut. We're moving on.
Ooh, this is a good one.
So we're going to NFL.
This shit is cake. This whole shit is cake.
It's probably the best one we've got in a while, though.
So
it may be easy, but it's a good competitive one.
It was very good.
Thank you, Johnny. Me and Johnny sat behind the camera. We were working on this one. So we're in this first one. We're discussing legendary safeties in the NFL, like trend-setting, like just all around great players. We got Ed Reed, we got Brian Dawkins, and we got Troy Polamalu. So we got the hair Troy Polamalu. So I'm gonna go to Kev first. Start bench cut since this shit is light and easy. Who you got?
Yo, the way that Troy like instinctually was able to
this is weird where you're going.
Like analyze just like a play before it happened. Like we all play Madden and stuff like that. Play recognition is something that's just underrated. You know what I mean when it comes to the sport. But I say all of that just to say that he's a great and everything like that. But given everybody else that's on the list, I have to cut him. I'm starting Ed Reed because that's the obvious, person that you need to start there. If I'm not mistaken, he's from the U, right? Miami.
The U.
Okay. Yep. And at the end of the day, the boy is a dog, bro. He's what you want playing at any skill position on any side of the ball. Just filthy dog, relentless. And the worst thing that you can do is let like a wild animal is be able to roam the field openly, and that's the position he played, and he's best at it, period.
All right, so you start him.
And next is the Wolverine, benching him because if anybody's got to come in and fill in the gaps, or if they both in the same backfield,
I think I got to do that.
Somebody get their head knocked off.
Someone's getting knocked the fuck out.
All right, so
that's interesting.
Yeah, that was
good take, John. Kev, very good.
DQ, start bench cut.
I want Troy.
This honestly was pretty hard. But so I'm going to have to start Troy because his reaction time when the ball snaps is unlike any others I've seen before. His timing is like that for to get right to the line. But it was like this close. He was going to get cut, but like I seen like when I watch highlights of him, I had to start him. So then I'm gonna bench Ed Reed because everyone knows Ed Reed is a fucking dog. Like in that jersey he has, it's always gonna be fire. I don't care.
I'm about to get me an Ed Reed jersey.
The purple Ed Reed, Reed jersey, fire.
Yeah.
And I had to cut Dawkins.
Sidebar. Remember when Madden used to have the coverage? Like, you can see
the safety coverage.
The safety coverage and shit. All the niggas shit.
Boys was like this.
Yeah. Shit like the whole back.
Ed's had the whole field.
Yeah. All right. So, John, start bench cut.
Starting Ed Reed, that's like a given. Starting Ed Reed. I'm benching Troy and I'm cutting Brian Dawkins. All great players.
Right.
Troy, Troy was really.
I got the same.
Troy was a monster. Like it was really him versus. Obviously, all the other safeties were in contention. Brian Dawkins was in contention. They all played around the same time. But it was just Ed Reed and Troy, and they was in the same division. So there was like they probably was watching each other play, studying each other because they are division rivals. So it's like I did this. Oh no, I gotta top that. They probably was really competing each other on that level.
Right. That was some good football because again, all these players played in that same time, and these niggas was hit. Like
all great players, But
hit team. But Drew, star bench cut.
Man, this was hard. Like I really thought about this. Like I think like Brian Dawkins and Troy, I flipped that about 5 times. But here's my final. I'm starting Ed Reed.
Right.
I'm benching Troy, and I'm cutting Brian Dawkins. I think that's my final. It was hard though. It was definitely hard.
Troy's not even the best. Troy's the worst tackler out of the bunch, bro.
100%. Yep. Yeah. The guy's got a few plays where he jumps over the line and blocks a fucking kick, and he's got beautiful fucking hair, and people love him.
Troy's a monster. Don't let
a few Head and Shoulders commercials, and there we go.
So since Ed has already let you know how he going, start bitching cut because I already know where you going.
It's very simple. There is no Troy Polamalu without Brian Dawkins. There is no Brian Dawkins without Ed Reed. And now, if you want to break it down to Ed Reed and Dawkins, right? Because clearly we know how I feel about Troy. Ed Reed was the ball hawk, 64 interceptions, 11 forced fumbles, only 6 sacks in his career. Once a Jet, always a Jet. Ed Reed, you're my starter. That's right, guys. He played for the Jets. Not for a really long time, but played for the Jets. Yeah, 1 year. 1 year. Rex Ryan, baby. Rex Ryan brought him over. Sexy Rexy brought him before he retired. Got 1 more year in. I think he got 6 interceptions with us. He was nice.
This one he cut his hair?
Yeah. Brian Dawkins, on the other hand, he's the flip side. 34 career interceptions, 32 forced fumbles, just wrecking people, 26 sacks. And then we go over to Troy. Yeah, cool. He was a little bit of a ball hawk, maybe a little bit of the hybrid, but 32 interceptions, 14 forced fumbles, and only 12 sacks in his career. And then if you want to go touchdowns, Ed Reed got 9, Dawkins got 6, and Polamalu got 4. So yeah, Dawkins is getting on my bench. And Troy, you and your pretty hair, even though you're probably a really, really good safety, all of you are generational players. You got to get cut. I don't understand how anybody cut Dawkins. You guys are stupid.
It was hard, bro. Like, come on.
Man, Dawkins, man. Like if you knew Ed Reed, and then you knew Brian Dawkins, and then Troy was like, I
had to make a choice, man.
I love Troy. Don't get me wrong, but
Troy was the face of a really good.
But Dawkins and Reed were that much better than him.
Troy Polamalu was the face of that good ass Steelers defense.
The thing is, I would.
You also had James Harrison on that fucking team, though.
He was a great player, but Troy's the face of that defense.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
He was the hair of that defense. Go ahead.
I cut Troy. Brian Dawkins on the bench, and then Ed Reed, of course, started. But I think Troy was more of a star than they were.
Right.
So what?
He was on commercials.
Right. He was more of a
pretty boy, Samoan.
But he definitely a great player. But
was he Samoan?
No, I think
he's Samoan.
Polynesian from over there.
Yes, Polynesian.
Yeah, over there. So moving on, we going. We heading
the
to
coach is still the same though.
NBA. Headed to the NBA. Some of the greatest shooters of all time. We got Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, and Klay Thompson. Jonny, I'm gonna kick it to you first. Start bench cut.
Come on. Quick question. This is play or straight shooting?
So this is okay. This is
whatever you thought it was.
We're talking.
I was doing it as players. I wasn't doing it.
Okay, so do that.
Yeah, do that, John.
Okay, do it how you feel, John.
As players, I'm starting Reggie. I'm benching Ray. I'm cutting Klay.
Okay.
That's as the players. As shooters, I'm starting Klay.
What?
Okay.
I'm gonna bench Ray and I'm gonna cut Reggie. And they're all great.
You cut Reggie?
What?
Right.
Come on.
The man that hit how many threes in 8 seconds?
Listen. Time out.
Drew's gone.
Clay's on pace to pass both of them for 3-point shooting. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Yeah.
Klay, to me, I think Curry's the greatest shooter ever, and I think Klay Thompson is the second best shooter ever.
Chris Jackson is the best shooter ever. I'm sorry.
You said who?
Chris Jackson.
Who?
Who
Jackson?
Chris Jackson.
Who the fuck is that?
He changed his name. I can't pronounce it. I'm not trying to disrespect the gentleman, but he played with Shaq at LSU. He was on the Denver Nuggets. He had black belt for the NBA. Give me a second.
Okay. Moving on.
Klay
talking
Thompson.
about Muhammad or the nigga I'm talking about
Muhammad Aruf?
no, right.
Muhammad.
Let's not chop his name. That's why
I'm not
he says
fucking
that
up
way.
his
He's not
name.
trying to chop his name. That's what
I'm
but
not.
as players,
He played in the Big Three.
Maoud Abdul Rauf.
Right. I know.
Yeah, Drew only said it 6
He's the
times.
best ever.
You heard that?
Don't worry, Drew. I heard you.
As players, Reggie Miller
Yeah.
is the better player of the three. Reggie Miller is the
Right.
better player. But if you just straight shooting, he's not the weakest shooter, but he's the one I have to cut. He's not the weakest shooter, but
Man, they ain't fucking with Reggie. Kev, start bench cut.
I'm starting Reggie all around solid player. He's a dog, bro. He's in his sport at his position. He's a dog. For me it was tough because just speaking of what Johnny's saying, but for me there's too much of a shadow being cast over Klay. Just overall like shooting and like player overwise. So I'm cutting Klay and I got to bench Ray.
that's what I said. Player wise,
overall,
Klay gets cut.
I know overall, like
shooting is a different combo.
Ray's gonna be clutch, bro.
Yeah.
And I need clutch shooting.
I DQ star bench cut.
They all
really spicy.
All of them are.
Here we go.
I'm cutting Reggie because Reggie's not even the best shooter in his household. Like, come on, dude. Show was better than Reggie. Come on, what's wrong with you? I'm benching.
Show, you got it.
Jesus Shuttlesworth. And I'm starting Klay because Klay is an animal with or without the ball in his hands. Like, come on.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the ball to score. He doesn't need to dribble. He barely dribbles when he scores.
I mean, that's true.
He's way more skilled than people think.
Klay is the best shooter of the three, but Reggie is the best player of the three. You know, that's why I said. Right. That's why I asked how the bench start cut was going. That's
a better player at how skill-wise or the shooting or technique.
Yeah.
How do you?
Reggie Miller actually carried the team to success.
Right.
He has no rings helping success.
What?
Yeah, but Reggie also played in the Jordan era, and nobody got rings then.
No
so.
disrespect to Klay.
Nobody got rings.
Klay out and plug Reggie Miller in, and Reggie Miller could do what Klay did for the Golden State Warriors.
100%.
Yeah.
Way better.
100%.
Way better.
Yeah, that's true.
Reggie Miller.
Klay has further range. Klay is quicker than Reggie.
Listen. The difference
Klay has better handles than Reggie.
Reggie Miller was the man on his team. Klay Thompson is the number 2 option.
You can take it
number 3 option.
And he will still be the number 1 player though.
Klay Thompson was the number 3 option for 2 championships.
Right.
Klay's better than Steph.
You said Klay is better than Steph?
Klay is better than Steph.
Defensively.
Defensively. Overall,
defensively.
He doesn't get as much shine as he does.
Are you crazy? You gonna say Klay Thompson is better than Curry?
I could say defensively. That's where I'll draw the line.
He better.
Defensively.
All right, move. AD, star bench cut. Who you got?
Heated in here.
It was easy for me.
DQ always got some shit, but
he the same guy. I think Dakota the best Cowboys quarterback.
Right.
Ever.
All right, go AD. Go.
Klay Thompson's better than Curry.
Yeah, for real.
This was easy though. I'm starting Reggie Miller. Best. I'm starting Reggie Miller. I'm benching Ray Allen, and I'm cutting Klay. That was easy for me.
Oh my God, yo!
Go, Eddie.
It was easy
Who
for me.
you got?
Okay, back to my. There's no this guy without that guy. Okay, no Thompson without Allen. No Allen without Miller. Starting the Nick Killer.
Nice.
Benching Klay, cutting Ray.
And I'm following you, Eddie. Now I'm following you. That's how I see it as well. Start Reggie, bench Klay, cut Ray. Now Ray, due to injury.
Cut Ray?
Yeah, because Ray became.
Ray don't play defense.
Ray,
he shoots.
And Ray, right? That's what I'm saying. Ray became a spot-up shooter, and that became his identity for the most part of what people remember. Yeah, you remember the glimpse of him being like a real good player.
Ray was
again, Ray was a great player, but Ray for most people that know Ray now, they know him as that spot up shooter
for the Celtics. And
everybody remembers that one shot when everybody left.
Right, they don't remember Milwaukee.
You don't remember when he was
Seattle. Right, they don't remember Seattle Ray. They remember spot up ball head.
That's why we get through.
That's the Ray I know.
Exactly. So that's why Klay is both sides of the ball and probably going to be the greatest shooter to ever do it. So I'm Reggie, but Killer Miller.
Y'all have a point.
Again, he was in the Jordan era. Is Mike and
fuck Reggie though. I hate Reggie, by the way, just so everyone knows.
All right, so we're moving on to the next one. We going sports brands, all right? Sports brands.
This one's easy.
So we got Nike, Adidas, and Reebok. So star bench cut Eddie. Who you got?
Just to be different, I'm gonna start Adidas. I'm gonna cut Nike. No, sorry, I'm gonna bench Nike. I'm gonna cut Reebok. Just because I know where everybody else is gonna go with this. So
he's drunk.
This is pretty much easy.
AD, what you got?
My man be freelancing, freestyle off the top.
He done this nigga JC.
Greeting for 60 hours a week. You know, I mean, he's got not a lot of time on his hands.
Shut up.
He said greeting for 60 hours.
I'm starting to swoosh. I'm benching the 3 lines and I'm cutting Reebok.
All right, makes sense. John, what you got?
Start Nike, bench Adidas, cut Reebok.
Okay. I already know how DQ going, but go ahead, DQ. Swoosh life?
Exactly. Starting the swoosh, benching Reebok, and cutting Adidas. Because now people don't know.
What?
Reebok was number 2 in the 90s behind Nike. And between 94 and 98, Reebok was actually number 1 in front of Nike and became the 2.
Our resident sneakerhead, guys.
We know.
Ladies and
Reebok
gentlemen.
was there, but they just not there
only
no more.
part that Reebok fucked up at was like when after that Swiss Beats era, when they started doing that.
I remember those K-Swiss
and
type shit.
And like what happened was, they had when they so pretty much when Reebok stopped they discontinued their entire Reebok basketball collection,
Reebok was signing all the
division. That's when
Jay-Z had Reebok.
And then they got absorbed by Adidas. Yeah. That's what fucked up. When Adidas bought Reebok, that's when pretty much everything got fucked up.
Right.
We should have did starter and one and Under Armour.
Hey, Cam, start
next one we'll talk about that.
All right, so I'm cutting Reebok, but my favorite Reebok products that I like better than the current Nike products are the the NFL jerseys.
NFL jerseys, yeah.
Definitely miss.
I'm not saying no. I'll cut Reebok. Reebok's not trash. It's just
I'm cutting that.
Reebok.
Are they even relevant anymore?
Not like they used to be.
There's way more. Reebok has way more iconic shoes than Adidas.
Yo, I just caught my Kamikaze.
The Kamikaze is definitely one of the most
trash.
Classic. Shaq Gnosis, the Shaq Attack. The Shaq Attack
is so ugly.
Kamikaze 1 and 2.
Word.
I can keep going. Like
Shaq Gnosis before Shaq went to Payless.
Passionate. You should have started Reebok.
Yo, so Kev, what did you say your start was? Nike, right?
No, I didn't say my start. False.
Okay. What was your start?
He said
my start. I'm starting Adidas only because I'm a big hip hop fan, so I'm a big Run DMC fan for them trend setting, and there's just something. Yo, Adidas still is current to this day, even though Nike is the brand that has the halo. They basically just are the front runner for anybody, and like any good drug dealer, man, you flood the market. That's what Nike does. So I need something like that coming off the bench, but Adidas just for holding down brand loyalty, being like such a trendsetter, that more for the culture than I think any of the other 2 sports big names are. And at the end of the day, like you see somebody in an Adidas like tracksuit somewhere, you like
that nigga had that on. That nigga had that on all week. That's what I'm thinking.
It's a little sidebar. The owner of Adidas supported the Nazi party, so.
Okay, sorry, dude. Listen, I don't really care about sneakers. I got flat feet. Adidas are more comfortable. That's why it's Adidas.
You all started Nike.
Actually, I agree with that.
You all started Nike. Nike got the sweatshops, right?
Well, Nike, I'm
all
definitely
companies have
start.
sweatshops, dude.
Reebok is on.
Doesn't make it good though.
Again,
Reebok's on the what?
Reebok is on the bench because Reebok is for the culture. They had Ivo. They had fucking J-Kiss with the commercials and shit. Man, and then some of my favorite kicks are Reebok, and then Adidas. I never really wore Adidas ever. Like
I've never owned a pair of Adidas.
They're comfortable.
Ever.
I
never had a pair
comfortable.
of
They're looking for
Own a pair of
comfort.
Adidas, bro.
No, never owned a pair
Fila
of Adidas.
even has better like freaking classic.
Bro, you never owned a pair of the shell toes?
No,
Never.
nigga.
I never had a
You know
pair.
what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Never had a pair.
I've had a
Why
pair of
buy
Reebok
shelter when you
sneakers.
buy Air Force
I've never
One?
owned a pair. I never owned a pair of Adidas.
Adidas?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've never.
Never
I
had a
never
pair of the Rev ones, bro.
Wow.
I never.
No, I
I
used to-
never owned a pair of.
I used to
Adidas
have a.
sneakers.
I used to have a Adidas sky blue tracksuit that was fire in like 8th grade. But I
Them
never owned a.
tracksuits is fire.
Yeah, but I never had a pair of shoes. So again, starting Nike, benching Reebok.
I'm about to buy a
Adidas.
red tracksuit.
All right,
Interesting.
moving on. We're going into the 5-5. Today we're doing
This was fun.
sports bus. Now,
Players.
throughout sports bus players. Now, throughout sports, we had a lot of people that was highly scouted, highly recruited, that was supposed to be a generational player, and a lot of them motherfuckers didn't do shit.
Shit the bed.
So that's what we're focusing on. Players that was a bust. Ass players. That's what I call them. They were ass. So we're doing our top 5 from 5 to 1. Sports player bust. Eddie, since you the front man, we're gonna kick it off with you at number 5. Who you got at your sports bust?
Okay, I don't care if it counts. I don't care if it doesn't count. I'm going to say my number 5 is the 1999 all the way up until 2018 Cleveland Browns first quarterback selection. We're talking Tim Couch, Brandon Whedon, Johnny Football. Maybe you changed it with Baker Mayfield.
Right.
I hope you changed it with Baker Mayfield. But those 3 guys, I know it's more than one, but
Yeah.
it's got to be everything they've done as an organization.
Right.
But if I had to pick one, let's call it Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Money.
Johnny
AD.
Manziel came from money, bro. That's why he was doing all that dumb shit.
Yeah, doing a lot of ecstasy.
AD, what you got at number 5?
Jordan's number 2nd pick in I forget which draft was it, but he was the number 2nd pick. Adam Morrison.
Sam, you talking about the draft with Jordan?
Yeah, no. Jordan was the GM of the Charlotte Bobcats.
2006.
Got you.
2006. Adam Morrison, because that dude was like
Adam Morrison was really good. He was
3
really
rings,
good
though.
at Gonzaga.
Because he
was
went
cooking.
with Kobe. Kobe got 3 rings. That's
No,
why.
but he was cooking at Gonzaga in college, but
So Adam
he came
Morrison's
to league.
number 5.
yeah,
Adam Morrison, my number.
Yeah, you'll see him on my list. Johnny, who you got at number 5?
At number 5, I got Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got him as
That's what I have at number 5.
I got him.
All right. DQ at number 5.
I got balling like I got a Miller check. Darko Miller check.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My man, you about to take that. Darko's on my list. I'm about to add that to my list.
No. I had this
He created his list.
On the spot.
We'll get to it at number 2. We'll get to it.
Okay, why you got to – oh, man, this guy.
Kev, what you got at number
We'll get
5?
there when we get there.
My number 5 shares the same name as Eddie, and the only reason why I put him on the list is because I love Alabama running backs, and he really came out and he disappointed for several years. His weight fluctuated a lot. It's Ed Lacy, man.
Oh, you went Ed Lacy.
He's so frustrating, bro. Like every time I was ready to cheer for him, I just couldn't, man. And it was tough to see him.
There's another bus running back to store.
I was going to say, that's where I thought he was going, so maybe we don't say it, John.
He's on my list, though, but.
Yeah.
All right,
Just in case.
we'll have an honorable. All right, number 5, I got Money Manziel, who was my guy in college.
Yeah, Johnny Football was my guy, but
was really that guy. He had Drake rapping about him and shit. He was like a coaching phenom, and but didn't do shit.
He's an example of somebody that's got money, comes from money, and don't know what to do with himself, bro.
Yeah, I know college for him was fun though. I wish I was.
Hell yeah.
Because I know that shit was lit. All right, at number 4, Ian, what you got?
My number 4 is Brian Taylor, 1991, drafted by the New York Yankees. I had to get a baseball and basketball guy in here.
Black dude, right?
white guy. He was supposed to be a really, really good pitcher in 1991. Got into a bar fight after going 17-3 in the minor leagues in Double-A. Was definitely like on his way to get called up. Got into a bar fight, threw his whole fucking arm out, and just ruined his life.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
That's bad.
Yeah. It was a weird story.
Unfortunate for real.
Very unfortunate situation.
But niggas get money and act stupid.
Exactly. It was probably over a girl that didn't want him anyway. So.
Right. You know who I am, bitch.
Yeah.
All right, AD, what you got at number 4?
Number 4 is right.
Not what Eddie just said.
Shut up. My number 4 was going to be. My number 4 is going to be Ryan Leaf.
Brian Taylor.
Ryan Leaf.
Okay, Ryan Leaf.
Okay. All right.
Ryan Leaf.
Yo, he gonna smack the shit out of you when he sees
Ryan
you,
Leaf.
man.
Ryan Leaf.
All right, John, number 4. What you got?
My number 4 is Darko.
Darko.
Okay.
Darko is my number 4.
For my number 4, I'm gonna need some confirmation from y'all, my baseball fans.
Okay.
DQ, what you got at number 4?
Vince Young.
Ooh.
Good, I like that.
Madden cover boy, Heisman winner.
Yeah, how?
Buzz?
He's one of my honorable mentions.
When did he? I mean, when did he succeed, guys?
He didn't he's a bust.
He went to the playoffs a couple
being an
seasons.
asshole.
Hold up.
This was cooking when he came.
Yeah.
This was a Madden cover boy.
He started doing unnecessary shit. Like he was buying like all the seats on a plane so he could buy
There's a
himself.
lot of
Bro,
busts.
he's bankrupt. That's why he's a bust.
There's a lot of busts that wish they had the little run that Vince Young had.
Yeah, but okay, so sports wise, he had a little run. He didn't live up to what he was supposed to live up to. And then on top of that, bro, like my man Beast Mode said, bro, he wasn't taking care of his chicken, John.
It was self-sabotage. His coach never
8
wanted
years.
him.
Okay, Vince Young, over 8 years, he threw 46 touchdowns, over 51 interceptions, only almost 9,000 passing yards, under 15,000.
Start again. Start at
46 touchdowns, over 51 interceptions.
How many seasons?
This is in the span of 8 seasons.
That's horrible, bro.
Terrible. Pulling 12 rushing touchdowns. This guy was a dual threat quarterback. He could use his legs. Under 1,500 rushing yards.
I mean, technically, that's a bust. I mean, even though his coach Jeff Fisher played a lot of.
Jeff Fisher
had
never
a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Fisher is the epitome of 8-8, is he not?
Yeah, he
that's all he is 8-8.
Fisher wasn't out there.
In 2006, when he was the Madden cover boy, he was Pro Bowler. Only to get it again until 2009.
Was he Madden boy? 08?
This
06 was McNabb.
So he only had 2 good years. Okay, yeah, John. Sorry, 06. 08. So he's only had 2 good years. 2-time Pro Bowler in 06 and 09. He was the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2006, and then he was the Comeback Player of the Year in 2009. Everything else, all of his other accolades, came in college.
All right, so Kev.
So he counts.
Number 4.
So I got another quarterback at 4, man. A lot of college success. He's a Trojan quarterback coming out of
Matt Leinart.
And it's
Matt Leinart.
Matt Leinart, bro.
He was on my list.
Dud, bro. I don't know. He shit the bed.
Yeah, Matt was supposed to. He was supposed to come in and cook. Matt.
All
right. So
something about those USC quarterbacks. I don't know.
Okay, so my number 4.
Fumbles, all that.
Now, my number 4, my baseball fan.
Mono.
So my number 4 is a baseball pitcher. Now, for me, I'm not a big fan of baseball, but this player at one point was an icon and he was like blowing up, and then he disappeared from me. I stopped hearing his name. So at number 4 for my bus, I got Dontrell Willis, pitcher.
That's tough.
It's tough. But he got injured, which we kind of like cut his career short.
Okay.
Right.
But he can still be quick to the bus though. He doesn't have 10 years in the MLB.
So, like, cause I just know Dontrell, like, he was popular.
He was cooking.
Was talking about him, and then he just it was a decline.
Yeah, he had traded things that
right. So
plateau pretty much.
He had like 3 good seasons with Seattle. he was with the Mariners, correct?
No, Marlins, Florida Marlins.
Marlins, right, with the Marlins. And he was like one of those new kids on the block. He was like supposed to be the guy. And that's one of those few players that you catch. If you're not in sports, if you don't watch baseball, he's one of those players like, you know. And so, like, because I don't watch baseball, I knew about him. And I knew he was cooking. But
he was like heavy, like
he played 9 years, but also he did help the Marlins win the World Series, though.
I was gonna say that, yeah. So I mean, he had a 72-69 record. His ERA was a 4.17, which is terrible. I mean, you're talking about giving away 4 runs a game. That's atrocious.
5 runs a game.
He only had good pitching.
Yeah, pretty much 5 runs a game. But, I mean, he is a 2-time All-Star in 2003 and 2005, but over a span of it's a 10-year career, that's pretty shitty. Is a World Series champ, was the Rookie of the Year.
You know what I'm saying? But he made the All-Star game. Like that.
Twice. That is pretty hard to do in baseball. It's hard to do in baseball.
But that was, when he made the All-Star game, that was like early in his career, correct?
He did it in 2003. He did it in 2005. He was drafted in 2003. That's the year he won the Rookie of the Year.
And that's what I'm saying. When he came into the league, I knew about him. He was hot. He was one of the hot topics, and then it was the decline. So I'm safe in my pick.
No, that's good. Yeah, I think so.
Dontrell Willis. All right,
I think so.
Number three, Ed, what you got?
My number 3 is, I've mentioned him before, kind of compared him to somebody that was drafted this year, just looking at like the accolades that they had in college. We'll see how that transition. No, but he's on there later on the honorable mentions. Jamarcus Russell.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about a Heisman winner, first
list.
overall pick, first team All SEC, got the Manning Award. And 18 touchdowns, 23 interceptions. Didn't he become a wide receiver?
No, he played everything.
A hot second.
They tried to put him at wide receiver or tight end, and some they were trying something with him.
Yeah. 25 fumbles. He lost 15 of them. This kid sucked.
As well.
Yeah, he was not good.
And
he highly touted.
He definitely had a cannon, though. DeMarcus had a cannon.
Oh, yeah, definitely had the gun, but definitely sucked.
He just loved hoagies more than football.
Yeah, he got fat, too, and out of shape. Yeah, it happens.
All right, AD, what you got at number 3?
Darko. And the reason why I was like,
Darko's not technically a bust.
as a tagline, because I picked up on what they could have got. They passed up on Melo. Like, I was thinking like that.
He still got to ring his first year though.
I mean, like, but he turned to it.
He didn't play, but he lasted in the league long enough to play for like over 10 teams. That's kind of still a bust for the position drafted at.
But
he still got a ring for that draft.
But it's what happened though. Like, I was thinking of like, you could have had this overwhelm. You could have had Carmelo Anthony. Like, that would have been so much better for the team if they had Carmelo. Like,
Time out. Quick question. Who put Darko on their list?
Somebody said
everybody did.
I did.
Darko's not on my list.
Oh,
not me.
No, I had him at number 4.
Not at all.
I have him at number 3.
You said Darko at number 5, right?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I thought Drew said Darko twice.
No.
Okay. That would have been funny.
Number 3.
That would have been funny.
Johnny, what you got at number 3?
Number 3, I got Kwame Brown.
Your boy.
Yo, Kwame got PTSD. Yo.
That's your
he
guy,
got shit
John.
from Jordan and Kobe. Gee, he got PTSD. You can't tell me shit.
I rooted for him when he was on the Lakers, but
he had
He was a bust overall.
he's a bust.
Yeah,
he was a bust overall.
But he played with 2 of the greatest players ever, and they was on his ass. Like,
I know.
Jordan called him. I don't want to say the F word, but a flaming,
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
FF. You can just say that. That's cool.
So
and the FF that's Steph Fendi. Like, come on, like that's crazy.
DQ, what you got at 3?
3, like in 2007 when I went to Portland for the first time, and how they promoted this dude. And I tell you, his dude's jersey was everywhere against the Rose Garden. He had this big ass poster. It's Greg Oden.
Damn,
like,
got my number 3.
He was.
That
was
my honorable mention.
In jersey was everywhere.
I'm not gonna lie.
Everywhere.
I didn't use injuries against players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I understand that, but injuries is not their fault. Like they didn't get a chance to thing.
I would say
But-
he's a bust.
So quick question: is Len Bias a bust? He died.
He didn't get to play as a talent.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't.
that-
Come on,
that-
John. Damn, John, why you gotta get dark, cuz?
No, it's
Jesus.
it's within
No,
the
it's
topic.
not.
It's the same
It's-
thing.
Lord
He
have
didn't play
mercy.
in the
No,
NBA,
it's
so we
not.
would never
That
know.
is-
He just played in
That
college.
is
And
but
Greg
John
Oden
said-
got
No,
injured, so
alright,
he
listen.
wasn't able to play. He was
No,
injured.
No,
every
but
time.
John,
no.
dead is different
But
from
you know
got
what,
injury,
John?
though.
Fatality is not an
That is
injury.
different from
Again,
injury.
John is saying he
Alright.
didn't put it in
I'm
there,
saying
but
outside
it was beyond their
circumstances.
control. It was beyond
Yeah.
their control. So
Yeah.
injury.
Okay,
Alright,
let me
so-
switch it in. Let me
Alright,
switch
No,
it in.
you can
No,
stick
it's
with it.
you.
I'm just
You
saying
good.
how I did
Stick
it.
with it, yeah.
Right.
You can
Alright,
stick
so-
with it. I'm just saying, like, Jay
No,
Williams
no, stop,
considered
John,
bust?
stop, bro.
He got the motorcycle accident.
Yo,
It's not his
yo,
fault. He was
Yo,
good.
Dev, I'm a jump on what DQ
Alright,
saying because
what's
am
your
I
three?
right or wrong? Odin didn't he play like 8 or 9 seasons, but he only played like 105 games throughout his career or something like that.
Otis, he tried to play a few times, but his injuries always kept him out.
Bro,
Like,
it's
he's like made of glass. He's like Mr. Glass. Like, that's how crazy
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
In the
Bro,
way,
it's
to
like-
me, he did to himself though, because if you ever watch him in college at Ohio State, the way he dunked was so unnecessary. He would jump on the rim, spin, do a 360, and land his knees. He was doing the most for no reason. Like, dude, just get the ball and dunk it. Don't do the 360 shit and you fuck your knees up. And I'm gonna give a hit. My number 2 is also a Blazer as well.
Don't do it. Don't
Okay,
do it.
no, we
Don't
ain't
do
on
it.
3. So Kev, you got Greg Oden as well, right?
Yeah, I got Greg Oden as well because I looked up the numbers and I'm like, bro, there's only 82 games in a season. He only played 102 games out of being on an active NBA roster for
He played 4
9
seasons.
years.
He played 4 seasons.
Played 4 seasons.
9 years. 4 seasons.
And one
9
season
years.
and 1 season with the big 3.
Bro, that's horrible, bro.
Mhm.
He played for the
body
big three
gave-
last year.
His
Yeah,
body
last
gave
year.
in. It's not his fault.
And he's
Alright,
only
so-
what? He's only like
Mm.
32.
That's suggestible, John.
And number 3,
How is it suggestible? If your body
And
We'll
number
get to it. Don't worry.
number 3, I got one of y'all favorite players.
Tebow.
Tim
Tebow.
Tebow at number 3.
Oh well, no, that was this. That wasn't this. It was this.
Met
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Remember how I said on this a little earlier with Ed Reed? Once a Jet, always a Jet. Not you, Tim. Not you.
Don't disrespect that man.
Tim Tebow, ultimate college career.
Oh, I should make a quick change.
Started before Cam Newton.
A few moments.
That's an honorable mention.
I got an honorable mention.
Few moments in the league, but
I got an
overall,
honorable mention for you, Ed.
overall,
Hey,
I'm
John.
going
I got a bunch of those. Don't worry. I'm good.
Tim Tebow and
I
number
got
3.
one specifically for you.
All right, Eddie, number 2. What you got?
Okay, so my number 2 is Greg Oden. I know that sparked a crazy debate, but John, I mean, what I was trying to say is suggestible is that after a certain point, like if you keep getting injured, like that's on you as a person. Like, you know what I mean? Like Sam
Drink some
Darnold,
milk, nigga.
right? I mean, Sam Darnold's on the verge of being considered a bust. Why? He was drafted 3rd overall. He hurts his foot his first
Yeah,
year.
I'm
He
not gonna lie.
contracts mono his second year. If he gets hurt again this year, this is just an injury-prone guy. This is a guy who doesn't know how to take care of his body. This is a guy who doesn't know the risks of being an athlete.
Some
So, yeah,
people, some
Greg
people,
Oden.
You could do all that. You take care of your body all you want. You land wrong or somebody falls in your leg and the shit snaps.
Yes, John,
What you
but if
gonna
it
do?
constantly happens, and it's a psychological thing, it's you're not ready for the bigger stage, is what I'm saying.
People,
I hear what John's
people
saying.
trying to get hurt. They trying to
Okay,
get
and then you look at like Eli Manning, who's Iron Man, who never got hurt.
he got lucky.
That's not luck.
Again,
John?
It is somewhat. It is somewhat.
I mean, okay, wait.
People are injury prone. So
So a
therefore,
part, a part of what John's
Some people
saying
are made of glass.
A part
Some
of what
people have
Johnny's
stones.
saying is it is luck,
It's
and then also another part of it, what Edgar is saying is it's time, it's preparation, things like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's still luck because, like Eli, sure, he lucked out by not having anything catastrophic, but he also was an Iron Man.
But that's why this is exactly why Joe Theismann is not on my honorable mentions or on my bust, because that was a catastrophic, crazy injury.
Okay,
You know?
yeah. So like to your point.
That makes
To your
sense.
point-
What you guys are saying makes sense.
To your
All
point,
right.
a lot of.
But you want to
hard
talk
work-
about a motorcycle accident? You being dumb.
Listen, a lot of hard work and
Bro,
preparation.
Jay Williams is a good player. He got into anybody can get into an accident. If you're in a car and
All right.
somebody hit you.
Yeah, motorcycles make it
I'm
easy.
Accidents preventable.
Come out.
It's kind of your
guy
fault.
from the Nets, the European player died in a car accident. The one that
No, that's
they talk
different.
about that he
Listen,
killed Jordan.
John, stop.
Tragic. I said tragedy is gone. Like nullify tragedy. Tragedy is tragedy.
I'm about to mute all y'all. Eddie, go.
Okay.
I mean, Kev talk.
No, I just want to end it for them just by saying this, like a hard mixture of preparation and knowing how to take care of their body and bad turn of events is Ryan Shazier off the bat.
Right, 100%. Yeah, I agree with you.
That validates both of you guys' points, bro. So that's
all right, AD.
That's actually a good point. Thanks, Kev.
AD, and number 2, what you got?
Jamarcus Russell.
Okay.
Yeah, what is still left for me?
Yeah, Drew's list is
What?
Drew got
Really though, like it's mad hard to because I go in the middle and y'all.
Drew got Eddie's list. All right, John.
No,
what you
I
got?
don't. I'm always picked in the middle. Everybody's picking my players. It's not my fault.
Bless you.
All right, John.
Got the Rona.
John at number 2.
At number 2, I'm making a swap out. I'm scratching my number 2. My new number 2 is Mark Sanchez.
Oh.
2 AFC Championship games.
Yes.
No, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, where did his career go after that? I mean, Dallas.
John, I'm co-signing that only because I was with Eddie to watch both of those seasons, and they were magical seasons, and then everything from there.
Yeah, and then you fucking turned on me, and that's why I hate the Giants, because of you.
Boss, bro.
You did that to me.
Mark Sanchez definitely was a bust.
It counts. It counts.
DQ, number 2.
We had fun.
Number 2 is Anthony Bennett.
Cleveland.
Sir Washington.
He's on my honorable
He
mention.
should have been on my list.
Mark Sanchez still had more passing yards than everybody.
Him and Kyrie
list, but-
back to back. And he did nothing.
He does,
had so much hype coming out of college.
Where he did.
So much. Being a Canadian here, like totally what that marketing thing I'm talking about. Like certain players, based on where they're from or how they played in a certain area. Like being from Canada, he's not playing like the best players ever. He's not playing.
Yeah.
So he came to the NBA, like he looks.
But even the only thing with Anthony Bennett is not only Canadian players, but he used to play in a lot of AAU and like summer tournaments with like and then they had like the college like Olympics and shit. He used to play, he'd be cooking. But as soon as he went pro,
because the game is different. It's not the same.
He went pro, it got too fast for him and his ass bummed it.
He's trying to make his way back. Hopefully he does, but he's still a busted at
Nah, it's quiet for him. Kev, what you got at number 2?
My number 2 is Jamarcus Russell, man. I mean, he had like 3 bullshit seasons with Oakland, and then when he was coming back, I know he had it was some personal tragedy, you know, that he had going on in his life, but he just couldn't rededicate himself to football, and he came back like while overweight, and it was on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, I can't think of a bigger bust or waste of like talent. I hate to say that, man, if you ever watch our podcast, but I'm sure you hear it, you get controversy about it, and you could have did more, bro. So
hey, you fat fuck.
I don't know what to tell you.
Fat.
All right,
If you want to see me about it, I'll let you assault me on the street and I'll collect my money, bro. It's not a problem.
Yo, Kev wants to fight everyone that he disrespects on this podcast. It's hilarious. Kev, so far, Kev wants to fight Conor McGregor, racist, the NASCAR driver.
Right.
Now Jamarcus.
Eddie knows more than the rest, bro. I live a win, lose, or draw type of lifestyle when it comes to.
And I won't say who you clock 2 heads together with.
All right, we ain't gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about that on air.
All right, we ain't gonna talk about that on air. Number 2, great player, college player, was cooking. He was on when EA Sports used to do the basketball games. He used to be that guy, Adam Morrison. Number 2, coming from Gonzaga, cooking, came to the league, went to the Bobcats, and was a fucking dud from the jump, like straight bum. So Adam Morrison, he got the rings playing on the bench, but when he was the man with Charlotte, just didn't do shit.
He didn't do nothing.
So Adam Morrison is my number 2. Number 1, sports bus players specifically. We'll get into other sports bus later in other episodes. But Eddie, who you got at number 1? Sports bus.
I'm surprised that this was pretty low on most of our lists here, guys. I mean, we're in that age group where the first bust that we've all known. I mean, what taught me what a bust was this one guy, Ryan Leaf. I mean, I had no idea what that was. Again, this is in the beginning of me like learning and growing into sports. Like, yeah, what's a sports bust? I don't know. And then, you go back to the Ryan Leaf, Peyton Manning thing, and you're like, oh, shit, that makes sense. So he's like my staple bust. So, yeah, Ryan Leaf.
Especially compared to who came out of the draft. So,
ain't old Peyton Manning, man.
Right. AD, who you got at number 1?
Kwame Brown. Oh, my God. Michael Jordan has picked some of, the worst NBA players ever sometimes.
At least now they get, Jordan Randles, but yeah.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan has really picked some bum players.
You see, some retros out of it.
Again, usually, great players don't make good coaches or GMs. And
I can see that.
John Lynch, he's pretty good.
Except for he's one of the few. But
Elway's
Jerry
good.
West been picking
Jerry West.
Again, for the most part, you look compare and contrast. It's definitely more bum player, GMs, coaches than it is good ones. But John, who you got at number 1?
At number 1, I'm making another swap. My number 2 became a number 1. I just took number 1 out my list.
Again?
Yeah, I mean, no, Jamarcus was gonna be my number 1, but I took him off. My number 1 is Sam Bowie. He had a solid NBA career.
Got drafted before Jordan.
He got drafted before the GOAT. So the fact that he puts a whole nother pressure on how his career should have been.
Another player with glass bones.
Right.
And that's how I picked
him. He 6 times in his career.
You could say David Wright too.
He played 10 seasons. He only missed 1 season. Sam Bowie only missed 1 season of his career, but he played 9 out of 10.
And when he's at Kentucky, he redshirted to miss his first season. Then he broke his leg his junior year. Then came back his senior year and broke his leg again.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, again, some players just catch the bug, can't stay healthy.
I'm sorry, DQ. Who you got at number 1?
I'm not sure if this kind of counts, but I'm surprised no one really said it. Maurice Claret.
Ohio State.
He was good at Ohio State, but he didn't do anything. He got caught up in other shit pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, he just got out of jail and shit.
Yeah. Maurice, I'm meant to offend you. I'm just saying, I'm stating the facts, bro.
Nah, he just recently got out, but I don't know if y'all remember Maurice Claret, running back Ohio State.
He tried to come out there. He tried to come out of college early.
Yeah, great.
Tried to come out.
Don't remember him.
Yeah, he tried to come out of college early, and he made a big fuss about it. He sued.
Yeah, he went to court for that. He went to trying to get into the NFL.
No, and
he made it to the NFL. He got drafted to the Broncos. I think he got hurt. And
then
he flushed out the league, and he started getting in trouble.
Yeah, got some real life shit that derailed the shit. So, but he was a great college player for the 1 year he was playing. Eddie, who you got? Kev, who you got at number 1?
My number 1 was mentioned already, but I'm going to start just by running off just a few notations that I wrote just off the top of the head because they pissed me off a lot. I don't think this man deserves to be a bust, but he is the NFL's number 1 overall bust ever. I mean, aside from him having a sketchy passer rating of 47.9% completions, he did go to the 2011 playoffs, and he did win at least 1 game with Denver after being called up to play throughout the season. Towards the end of the season, I think he went 8-1, including a playoff game.
Kev with the stats. You sound like me now.
No, Tim Tebow at the end of the day is bottom line what anybody for any given team should love, and he's a winner. That's what he does. He's a winner. Doesn't matter how he gets it done, passing, running the ball, or whatever. I feel like the NFL forced this man to be what we would call and deem a bust. They didn't like the way he threw the ball. They didn't like, I would say, how old
they nitpicked at everything he is for no reason.
He is arguably one of the best college quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
And one of the nicest dudes ever.
DQ's only saying that because he's a triple-ayer on the Mets.
Oh, no, I met him in person before. No lie. I met him in person.
What was dope, though, when you had Cam and Tebow and shit,
Oh yeah.
Some good.
I mean, Josh McDaniels did draft. Again, I fucking hate this, but Josh McDaniels did draft Tim Tebow, and now he's got Cam Newton, the guy he probably should have drafted. So, fuck.
Nah, but Cam went high in the draft though.
Yeah,
No, I hate to put you at number 1, Tebow. I really do, man. But they did you dirty, bro. I'll take a winner over anybody right now.
Tebow, good luck with that baseball career, but your ass on this list. At number 1, I got Jamarcus Russell.
He sucks.
LSU was cooking.
Trash.
But like cooking. Came to the league. Nah, it didn't work out, bro. And you know, I root for the black QBs and shit.
And a lack of commitment.
And he reminded me a lot of one of my favorite QBs, Dante Culpepper.
Right.
But
yeah.
He just didn't pan out. So and again, like Kev said, conditioning was bad, no commitment. Like a lot of times with these dudes, their whole life, they that guy, and then you get into a league where everybody's that guy. Like you gotta put the work in. And
the two most things demanded of him, Dev, he just didn't do, bro. It was physical and mental commitment to the sport, and he just it sucks, bro. But and then you let rumors speculate that you was coming back too, bro. You should have just came out and been like, I ain't even about that life, bro. I ain't even trying to do all that.
No, that they playing. that ain't true. But that's 5-5. And again, any honorable mentions? Let's throw a few albums.
Oh, can I please? Since John decided he wanted to, let me go first because this is just based off of the New York Jets. Yes, my New York Jets busts. We're gonna start with Vernon Golston, Kyle Wilson, Quentin Coples, Dee Milliner, Shelton Richardson, Darren Lee, Devin Smith, who never touched the field. Yeah, that's just my team.
Smith.
Nah,
Geno Smith, but that was second round. Again, bust is more first round.
It's like, can you count Sheldon Richardson as a bust though? Like Sheldon Richardson.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, okay.
I definitely, again, I want to throw Charles
Right.
Rogers out there, Detroit Lions, Charles Rogers receiver. He was supposed to be a good receiver coming to the league, but his ass wasn't out there. There was another receiver that also went to the Lions. I think his name was Mike Williams, played for UFC.
Oh, Mike Williams, huge. He was big.
Yeah. Another.
Trent Richardson too, John. Trent Richardson. That's what I thought Kev was going to say.
That's what I thought Kev was going with.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but
Trent Richardson is a huge.
I like Trent was actually pretty.
Yeah, but
gosh.
Listen, I'm gonna look at his stats. You guys keep going.
All right, anybody got any other honorable mentions?
Darius Miles.
I got Anthony
Miles.
Sebastian Telfair.
Sebastian Telfair, yeah. And he another nigga going through some real life shit.
Yeah, his mom passed away. He went to some his life.
Yeah. Some real life shit, man.
So Trent only 2,000 yards, averaged 3.3 yards a rush, only 17 touchdowns, and 2 receiving touchdowns.
I guess you can count Mike Sweeney from the Knicks.
Yikes.
Ronaldo Bulkman from the Knicks. He went top 10, right?
Jake Locker.
He choked his teammate in PR.
I don't want to.
Josh Hamilton when he first got drafted, baseball-wise.
I don't want to throw out like injuries, but Jamal Charles.
Oh, Jamal Charles. Oof. Jamal Charles was good. But he was where was he drafted, Jamal?
He was drafted Kansas City. Kansas City.
No, where like position wise?
I mean, it's different for football because like the first round is really like the first 3 rounds in football.
Yeah.
But
he was drafted. Jamal was drafted in the 3rd round, so
I'm about to say
Jamal Charles was a good player, though. He wasn't.
Injury. He wasn't bad. He wasn't a bust.
He wasn't bad.
Injury took him. That was really my guy. I really like.
So this next, he's not a bust. He's just a bust due to circumstances. So, Johnny Flynn, because he was drafted.
Oh, yes,
drafted right behind freaking Ricky Rubio.
Right.
In the same draft. When Steph Curry was still on the board.
The draft. Did Minnesota draft them both? Like, why would you draft Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn? Like, it's just
Steph Curry is still on the board.
Right. Well, nobody believed in Steph.
Come on,
I'm not gonna lie, Johnny Flynn was really good in college. He was
right. He was.
He
was undersized, but he was really he could ball though. He could hoop.
Yeah.
Just to the league.
You got.
Can we? I'm not saying like. Can we throw Andrew Wiggins in this like yet or no?
Yeah. Is it too early?
Man, I don't know.
We throw?
Wiggins still got time. Wiggins still got time.
Is Michael Kidd group? Michael Kidd Gilchrist is a bust.
Say that again.
He's a role player.
Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
I know what you're saying, Johnny. I wanted to hear Drew say it again.
Yo, shut up! Like y'all can't pronounce this shit.
Gilchrist. He was the number 2 pick.
Gilchrist.
He's a role player though. That's his job. Wasn't to.
But you get drafted number 2, you don't get drafted to be a role player.
Right.
I just
NBA draft is different. You know?
I just realized before we sign off, because I know we're getting to the end of it, Drew's been doing his entire podcast with a fucking white beater, and it's fucking awesome.
What?
What are you showing off, bro? Let's see the guns, Drew. Let's see him.
Drew takes to the gun show.
Bro.
You see, he was over there. He was over there fighting a fly at one point. I don't know if y'all seen that.
It was a mosquito in here.
Oh, here's another dude who's a bust. Hassim Thabit.
Oh, that's yes.
Hassim Thabit. He was a center from UConn, drafted to Memphis, and
the second round, second overall pick.
What about
pick for Memphis Grizzlies?
What about Hakeem Warwick? Played for Florida.
What pick was he in the draft though?
Yeah, it really counts where you were drafted.
I think he might have been second round NBA. He came with Joe Kim now. No, he was with he played with Syracuse. Yeah, right. He played right. So
probably came after Melo.
Yeah, I think he came. Yeah, Melo definitely came first. And he came either late first round or beginning of the second round. But he was like the dunking nigga in like college. He was dunking over everybody and shit. What about also the nigga played for the Bulls? Dunker. He was with LSU.
Tyrese Thomas.
Yeah, him.
Tyrese was a top 5 pick in the NBA, so he might be considered a bust. He was top 5.
He's not in the league no more. That's another thing. So if you're not in the league no more, after he was he's definitely a bust.
A lot of good ones. All right, that's
cool.
The episode, man.
Are we done?
Coming to an end. Episode 11. Brought to you by Culture Capsule. Sponsored by Don's Inc. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell your peoples about it. Catch us next week. We got the whole team here today. Thank you guys for making it out. Go ahead, Kev. You go ahead and take care of it.
Actually, real quick. Hold on. Hey, Kev, where can people find you?
Where can they find you, Kev?
Yeah, where can they find you on social media, bud?
You can find me on social media, KJet_JL. It'll be posted on here after this is done. Find me here.
All right.
DQ?
You can also find us on Culture Capsule.
Word. DQ, what you got going on, bro? Let the people know what you're doing.
So right now you can catch me on Instagram at JustDQIt. That's JUST_DQIT.
It'll be under. Yep, it'll be under.
And you can also find me on my sneaker channel, Deadstock Quality on YouTube. And
I'm put that in there. All right, Johnny 5. Besides the crib, where you at? What we doing, John?
This right as of right now.
That's on the block.
Helping put other shit together, but this.
Johnny 5, the man behind the scenes and shit. This only time y'all gonna see Johnny on the camera. We got other shit going on that Johnny, finger pumping and shit. So
that's where I'm at. But other than that, this is where you're gonna see me.
Johnny _Cinco, I believe, right?
I think so, yeah.
He thinks so. That nigga, he ain't never on it. All right, AD. What you want? AD, AD,
Yo,
what
he
you
good,
got?
bro?
Drew, what you got? Drew, what you got going on, bro?
Sucking on his pinky and shit.
Man. Well, right now you can catch me on Instagram. Fucking Mr. Drew 190.
Hey,
got some things in the works.
Mister.
Yeah, I mean, I got some things in the work. You'll see in the near future. Just gotta get the fine tunings on, but you'll see me soon.
All right,
also have
hold on.
Also have my comedy channel. Which is just DQ.comedy and at the real Charmander.
Yo, I'm dead crying.
The TRB Charmander.
All right.
Mute his mic.
Ed, what you got going on, Dan?
You can find me at my new Instagram name at Eddie Horchata, since nobody knows how to say my last name. That's Hurchtaa. Eddie IE.
Right. And then again, the Don of all Dons. My mom called me Devin, so you can call me Devin. I'm here doing this and doing the music. Johnson dropped a new single, Me and You, in my bio. Don's Prezi, you know what I'm saying? We got Culture Capsule, we building that. We got Don's Inc. If you need any merch, looking for dope music, go to @Don's Inc. You see Eddie, you see me rapping twinsies today. And yeah, we doing it, man. A lot of good shit coming from this crew right here. All right, so Kev, take us out, bro. Go ahead and do that and that other stuff.
All right, man. So just to close us out, we got Mr. Johnson in the building, okay?
Yep.
We got the one and only Andrew Durant in the building.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got the sneakerhead himself, comedy genius DQ in the building.
I can't do it.
We got my fellow Giants fan in the building, Jonny Reyes. All right. Yep. All right. And you got me in the building. Always got Kobe here in the background, just looking over us, helping us with the podcast. You already know. And last but not least, we got Eddie Hurtado in the building, who is here to close us out. Eddie,
Eduardo Hechata.
What do you say?
We out.